I was muted. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'll try to remember what I just said. Basically, we're back again. We've got some Wednesday vibes. I think it was Wednesday. Got some Wednesday vibes going on here. We have a FUD source, so it's going to make it doubly spicy. I wanted to go live because you guys showed me that there's a lot of value to just being here when things are spooky. We are the spooky haven. Send us your spooked, you're scared. If you're ever feeling those things, come to our channel, guys. Trading needs to remove emotion, and so we're going to be that calm source of logic. We're going to look at the charts. We're going to see what the charts are saying. If you were here on Wednesday, you would know. You remember. We were looking for slightly lower lows. I was saying it would be yesterday. Looks like yesterday we got just sideways trading. Super sideways trading. I wonder if something weird with the mic. I want to sound different. Oh my god. Okay. Man, this is what happens when I go live off the cusp, man. Alright. Should I say it again for the third time? Welcome back, guys. We're getting some Wednesday vibes. We were looking for a slightly lower low in the last video. Instead, we got a completely sideways day, virtually no volatility after that dump. Today, we've gotten our slightly lower low. That's what we were looking for. We have a lot of support in this area, a lot of reason to not be too spooked out here, but with the ETF Van Eck rejection news, it's going to rattle people. Weekends are going to be freaked out here. We're going to be doing a lot of repetition today, apparently, because I just repeated myself 3 times. Muted 1 time. For some reason, some other audio source was picking me up the 2nd time. I don't even know how that works. But we'll be doing a lot of repeating of ourselves here, and we're probably going to be focusing on just keeping everybody calm and rational. Send us you're freaked out. We're your haven for emotions here. Good trading can't be done that way. So this isn't a huge surprise. It's a surprise to me that didn't happen yesterday. Here we are. Let's look super zoomed in. I like today more than I like Wednesday. I like the reaction to the market. What I really like, that's odd. What I really like, I guess we don't have a lower low. Look at me being a goof. What I really like though is the FUD. The FUD, use your game theory hats here. There's a reason now. Bitcoin, it wasn't even really a dump. We went down 9% on Wednesday. Everybody freaked out. I will give them. It was a very volatile move. It was very quick. It did not take a long period of time. And so a 9-10% move in that short of a time period, that makes some sense that people be freaked out. But I think this FUD is going to just add to that. And I think we're going to see maybe the same reaction from people. I might have to revise, man, that whole video. I could have sworn I must have been looking at something else. I don't understand. I swear I saw a lower low. It's honestly better that we don't have a lower low. Maybe that's even less reason to be freaked out. Over the last hour now, we've had some green candles, not super convincing yet of a reversal. I do like this better than on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we were waiting for some kind of bullish engulf. We saw large, so we'll go to the hourly. We saw large red candles on, say, the hourly, and we were looking for an even larger response, a larger green candle to engulf it. We didn't get it. Today we do. Off of our low in the last hour, we did get a bullish engulfing off the low. That was the signal we were waiting for. We didn't get it. We said we're likely going to see some kind of symmetrical, non-biased triangle. And really what we got is just sideways. I mean, this is some wild, even for Bitcoin at its most boring. For an entire day, virtually traded between 65.2 and 64.7. That's wild. Let's kind of update this analysis. So we were looking for a symmetrical triangle, meaning we were looking for our highs to come down and our lows to come up. That played out for a little bit, but that isn't what happened. We didn't get a symmetrical triangle. There's a different pattern here, I think, that I can identify. Bear with me. I still haven't, I think I added the Discord. I don't think I posted the video anywhere. That's all right. This is not what happened. Instead, we have something else. We're going to look at our indicators. Don't worry. We have what to me now looks like a potential horizontal channel. This isn't something we see super often. It's not a very common pattern. And we do talk about ascending and descending channels, which tend to be the majority of price action. This is, to me, at least for now, it's not validated yet. We'd like to see a test of 65.6 and then continue sideways trading to validate it. But this looks like it could be a horizontal channel. Those do have a bias to break to the upside. That would be excellent. The reason I'm saying this, even though it's too early to call, is, man, that sideways is just so tight. It wouldn't surprise me to see this move up, maybe trade sideways, test 56.6, move down, trade sideways. This could be pretty boring. Could be pretty boring. Look at that. You came here maybe a little freaked out, and maybe you're going to leave bored. I don't know. I don't know. That would be nice, right? Boredom, probably better than scary. Probably. So I do like this bounce better. Maybe this could even play out as an Adam and Eve. So we haven't had that lower low yet. I feel like I'm embarrassed that I thought there was a lower low. I don't know what. I was at the gym. I did an early morning gym thing, so my mind's in a different spot. We could still see a lower low. We could. We see that lower low play out. Probably not from here. But if we do see a lower low play out, we may even see a different pattern. We may get, because this to me is also reminiscent of an Adam and Eve. If we start to see our bottom rounding here, lower volume, lower volatility, we could have an Adam and Eve reversal pattern forming. Kind of just freestyling right now, try to get a grip on what's going on. I guess it was even less significant than I thought. Didn't even get a lower low. In our retracement, we're reaching back up to our golden pocket. We're basically there, 64.4. Here's what I like about this low. We didn't have this until this hourly candle. Is it using our fib tool? Our measured move puts us right back at the high, right back at 69,000. That's so clean. It's super clean. On a break of 65.6, we're looking to retest the all-time high. We're right back in trend. That's not really that threatening. In fact, now that there isn't a lower low here, this isn't really that threatening at all. Let's see what our indicators have to say. We struggled to find reversal last time. We struggled. We kept looking at time frames and we just couldn't find anything back here that was showing us we were getting a reversal. We might have that now. Looking just at the candlesticks, as I said, we have a bullish engulfing off our low, a little gravestone doji reversal candle off the low. This is in a better position than Wednesday, just off the bat, just instantly looking better. Maybe we should phrase through time. Okay, I'm going to pop through some time frames. In an hour and 22 minutes, we will know. We will see if that hourly bullish engulfing translates out to the 4-hour, which might translate out to the 12-hour, to the daily, to the weekly, to the monthly, etc. Let's look at that 12. Nice little reversal doji potential on the 12. I like it. On the daily, though, I guess, yeah. The daily is looking actually very similar to November 10th. We have a wick on top, wick on bottom. People like to call this a Darth Maul candle. It's double-ended lightsaber, red. Typically, they're bearish. Something tells me this candle is not going to close right here. That is my speculation. So let's add this to our chart where we're going to look. Where we're going to look for the daily to go green, and that would be at 64.8. 64.8. Not bad. Go backwards. Nice. Nice. We have a super great potential setup here. So the hourly bullish engulf off the low, as I've said. We zoom into the 45. We see the same thing. The 45 minute also bullish engulfing off that low. This is going to get spooky if it keeps happening. There we go. The 30 minute broke the pattern. We did not see a bullish engulfing off the 30, but we did off the 15. Ooh. Almost every time frame so far. that's closed since this low has had a bullish engulf. That is a way stronger, a way more bullish bounce than we had on Wednesday. That's an excellent sign. Let's look at the 5. Same on the 5. This is totally different. This is a totally different technical pattern, technical bounce. And I think it doesn't even take a TA genius to know, to see that. We had a wick. Our highs started coming down. Our lows started coming up. This is looking very different. Something I do like about this on small time frames as well is right here, the potential. These V shapes, we've talked about them before. These V shapes are incredibly high probability. Now, we don't really have it confirmed. We haven't set a higher high versus earlier since pre-low. So we're not out of the woods yet. But these V shapes in crypto are super strong, super great signals to try to trade on. Let's see if I can see. Let's find some examples maybe. All right, right here. These V-shaped tops tend to send price. V-shaped top sends price. V-shaped top sends price. You can't see that, it's behind me. We've seen many of these. Here's an example that we might be looking for today. V-shaped bottom sends price. Whenever you get a V-shape, meaning a spike down and a rally right back, or a spike up and a sell-off right back, those are very strong reversal signs. And we have it here. We didn't have it yesterday. We didn't have it on Wednesday. I keep saying yesterday. Yes, that was a wild day, Wednesday, man. If you guys haven't watched it, I put out a video today about this before the stream. We're trying to do the same setup as Wednesday, see if we get the same result. We'll see. Please watch that video. Watch the whole thing. Heck, watch it twice. I don't care. Or that'd be great, actually. Watch it twice. Doubly. Let me link it in the chat. If I can. I'm going to link it in the chat. Make sure you watch that. If you guys watch it, like it, share it. If you, especially watching the entirety of the video, only watching a fraction of it is not is helpful. But if you watch that whole thing, that's going to help YouTube spread that video out just like it did earlier this week. And guys, you will see, you'd like see me cry on camera today if we get that same response that we got. Like legit, too wild. All right, I've got my bearings here. We definitely have that V-shaped potential. I like it. I dig it. You guys, I'm gonna read the chat for sure. I'm not quite there yet. Validation here on this V. I just need 64-1 to break. And we got our V. I'm definitely gonna read the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and address probably what people are asking. Bitcoin ETF. It got rejected. Is this the bear market now? Is it over? No, guys. If you're just joining crypto, I could see how this could be like a really big feeling event. But this is not. The SEC has done this time and time again. It's ridiculous at this point how many times they've done this. It honestly reminds me of the China crypto banning FUD. It's like, you can't do, like, you do this every week. You can't just keep banning it. Or you can, but at some point the market just doesn't care. And honestly, when the ETF stuff was the biggest, the most important, was probably back in like 2018, was when people really were being driven by ETF stuff. Now it's just become normalized. Maybe like Elon Musk as well. It's like these things just keep happening. This isn't a surprise. Virtually no one expected the ETF to be approved today. Like I said in the video, please check that video out. 1% probability or something on Polymarkets. I can't remember where I saw a statistic, but pre-announcement, it was like 1% odds of it being approved. This isn't a big deal. The spiciness comes with the ETF being rejected and the sell-off. So the sell-off, very confident here, saying that is a FUD sell-off. We saw bad news. We saw red candles. Shaking weak hands out. But what is interesting and what is nice and what is giving us hope, and I swear to God, if this has changed since I made the video too, I'm going to be pissed. That is not it. That is an experiment. What's hopefully hasn't changed the Dixie. So let's take a look at the dollar as well. Is this one it? There we go. Good enough, right? Yep. All right. So we've had 2 days of explosive dollar growth. On the 10th, we had an entire % green candle on the Dixie. In crypto, we're spoiled, man. A 1% day is like, I don't know, people probably complain. That'd be a crappy day. It'd be a shitty day. A 1% day in Forex is insane. If we look at these other big candles that we see near this rally, we're going to find that they're much smaller, even though they look pretty big. September 29th, 0.64%. August, let's do August 6th, 0.57. Those are even big days. So on the 10th, we closed like 0.94, almost an entire %, and then continued rallying the next day for 0.3. That is market shaking. That's a market shaking event. What I like here, and as we've kind of been speculating, is we got this big candle. I said in that video on Wednesday, this is likely going to 95, if not 96, possibly even 97, right? But we'd expect a back test at that major pivot level, which isn't even on this chart. This is some other old chart. That major pivot level, 49.65. We do expect a back test. I still do expect a back test there, but it may take some time. But we are seeing the first signs of weakness on the dollar. It had 2 days of literally, there's just no bottom wick. Bulls were in full control the last 2 days on the Dixie. Full control. You could, maybe there's a tiny little wick here, yeah. Tiny, microscopic, irrelevant wicks. Bulls are in control when there's no bottom wick on a candle. To see today painting what looks like that on Forex, that's a pretty bearish candle. Is it inside Harambe? I forget. I don't know. I hate the Forex terms. But we're seeing the first signs of weakness on the dollar. This doesn't mean the dollar can't run up to 65, 67, or God, Bitcoin, you're getting me dyslexic. 96, 97. Doesn't mean we can't before coming back to 95, but it does show us something we didn't have on Wednesday and something we didn't have on Thursday, and that's the first sign of weakness. That's a good sign. On Wednesday, we were saying how the dollar breaking that level, setting a new 2021 high, retesting the support of during the crash in March of 2020. This is expected to see everything paired with the dollar pull back a little bit in value because the dollar's purchasing power, the dollar's ability to buy increased. The assets didn't decrease in value. They only decreased against the dollar. I think that's one of the biggest interesting things about the crypto market. So we're used to pairing everything with either the dollar or the pound, whatever your native currency is. That's how we view the entire world. Crypto shows us that everything is paired. Two dynamic assets, two assets that are fluctuating, volatile assets, that's the word I was looking for, can be paired against each other. And in some level that suggests that everything is paired against each other in these invisible charts. We can actually visualize them by manipulating TradingView. But we can't visualize them by using TradingView. But that doesn't mean that these assets are losing value. It means that what we're pairing it with is increasing. It's an interesting concept because we're used to number go down, values goes down, right? But that might not be the case here. Might not be the case in the S&P 500, which we should probably look at as well. But it is exciting to see that first sign of weakness. Let's see if our MACD is showing it as well. Not yet. Not yet. It's on the MACD, we're still seeing increasing momentum on the day, despite that really not so hot candle. There is 5 hours to close in the dollar, and so anything can happen. But look at this. This should probably be a familiar setup for you, because we keep seeing this on Bitcoin. We see this in crypto all the time. The dollar has been pushing up new highs. It even pushed up to a new yearly high right here. But look at RSI. RSI is not high. RSI is diverging from price. It's bearish divergence potential. The dollar will have to run, I would say 97 is likely to be enough. So I'm not saying 97 is likely to happen, but a rally to 97 would likely be enough to take this bearish divergence off the table. That's really speculation, though. And until then, you have the bearish divergence potential. So you're going to need to see strength on the dollar. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think it needs a back test of that major pivot level, and I think that's where it's heading. Interesting. S&P 500 running green. That's annoying. That's annoying. Well, with the dollar pulling back, that's also not surprising. What is surprising, though, is that Bitcoin isn't green, right? S&P responding the way we would expect to the Dixie's fluctuation. BTC, not yet. I say this a lot. Bitcoin...
I think the DXY will fall back at 95.3, which is the Jan 2015 high. Then look at BTC in January 2015. This is where the longest bull run started.
That's a good point, CalJ. 95.3. I think we might have already hit that, because I know we hit 95. 95.266. So if CalJ is correct, then the top is in for the dollar, basically. Yeah, basically. Could see something like, I don't know. But we can see that pullback to that support and then dump. That actually looks pretty... That looks exactly like the price action we've seen before. Huh. Which is the Jan 2000. Okay, let's take a look at that January high. I'm curious too. 2015. January 2015 high. It's interesting. I don't know if I would pick that level, but actually as I place it, it looks pretty good. I'm getting 95.4. Let's see exactly. I mean, February high maybe. January high, 95, basically 0.5. We can see support was held there. Then we lost it, and it hasn't been back tested. That's not a bad place to look. Honestly, I was looking less zoomed in. That's very uncharacteristic of me. And using that March crash, that March crazy wick to the downside before it recovered, that's kind of where I was looking. So that was the 94.65. Either way, really on the dollar, it's just this. I don't have bullish thoughts about the dollar, right? I don't know why you would be bullish on an asset that inflates indefinitely. Period. Don't make sense to me. But if we look at our TA and we say, hey, in TA, we look for this all the time. This has been our bread and butter, right? Golden Pocket. Golden Pocket's sitting up pretty high. That's at 97.7. It might not make it. So we look at the 0.5. Probability of the 0.5 being retested, very good. Typically, that's at 96.1. We could fail between then. No. But 96.1 really wouldn't surprise me. This is what we see happen on charts. Oh, look at that. I guess that's not bearish divergence because there's no new high. Bullish divergence. Screw you, dollar. Not bullish on the dollar, but to see it make a typical retrace would make sense, man. It's why we were looking for 48K on Bitcoin back in May.
February, now look at BTC.
I got you. I got you. Already pulled up. What's happening? That's why we're looking for 48K in May. Because everything retraces. Everything. This is, you guys have probably noticed I've been using the word why in our titles, right? I've been using the word why in our titles. Why is Bitcoin jumping? The answer sucks for this. I hate the question, but I need to acknowledge that it's one of the most asked questions. And if I'm not answering questions that you guys are asking, what's the point of doing this? Why? The answer to why, you're going to find yourself asking, why is Doge running? Why is Shiba running? The 99% of the time, the answer to that is there is no answer. Markets move up and down. That's the answer. Period. Everything retraces. It's unsatisfying. So I've been trying to answer why in a way that is not emotional, in a way that is not hyperbole. Hyperbole? Is that? I forget how you say that word. There we are. So Cal J was looking at the dollars. Let's see. 2015. I'm confused exactly why you chose 2015 though, dude. Like, in the sense of, like, see, I get it, because there was a blow off top. Like on the dollar there. I'm a little confused. I'm not judging. So kind of what you're saying is when this started in 2015, that began Bitcoin's biggest bull run. Okay, I see that. I get it. I guess I get that timing now. So you're relating this. Let me put these both on the month again. And now it's gone. They're just always trolling me, TradingView. Like, I guess for me, it's like I would look right here to this dollar bounce. And that's craply mid-2018, mid-bear market, right? We're in a very different price position. It's wild to me. Yeah, it's wild to me. The tops of these. Let's see, 2017. The tops here catch my eye. I wish I had like a really solid thing. I don't quite see what you're saying. Unfortunately, February 1st, 2018. Huh. So we saw the dollar swing from a high to a low, and we saw Bitcoin swing from a low. I mean, technically to a high. It went to an all-time high, but then pulled back. It's not as perfect as I'd like. Not as perfect as I'd like. Look on the weekly to make it easier.
It would be easier if you look at my TradingView. It explains more detail, but also it would be easier if you look on weekly about mid-Jan on weekly.
At January on weekly. Dollars rallying. Okay.
DNT, USDC when you get the chance.
December 2016. Like right there, huh? So from 2015, January, we saw it rally and then fall, right? And that relates to or is very well timed with the low on Bitcoin's previous market, cycle low, whatever, bear market low, before it ran up. So I guess this is what we would be looking for on Bitcoin to suggest there would be like a similar thing going on, right? So what? Maybe that does play. I think I'm seeing it a little better now. So if we see the dollar reach up, I wouldn't necessarily pick like 95.3, but I get what you're saying now. So the dollar was rallying, it was showing some strength, like it's doing now, showing some strength. Pulled back, went to a higher high, but that is essentially this. This is what we saw on Bitcoin during that time. Does that make sense? I got you. This is an interesting thing to do. What I'd like to see is December 16. So for me though, man, it's like, look at this. The dollar hit a high early. I lost the date. The dollar hit a high early December 16. So for me, it's like right here is what I'd be looking for. And then that drop on the dollar for that rally. I think what we can say here is the dollar doesn't necessarily control it.
Failure of the dollar, it was the first sign, and we fall from the first sign of failure this time.
That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. The way I see it, like I get you, I acknowledge that. The way I kind of see it though is the dollar and Bitcoin it's not like a guaranteed correlation. Because we see the dollar dump from this high in 2017 January to a low exactly a year later, and we saw Bitcoin rocket, and that fits what we know, right? That's like, yeah, dollar down, Bitcoin up. But then we look back to the 2015, and we see the dollar kind of consolidated and then ran for a high, and during that time, Bitcoin trudged up. So dollar wasn't increasing. It was kind of trading sideways. Then the dollar dumped. And now the dollar's showing some strength, but then we may see, I guess, the dollar dump. It's an interesting thing. I think that when you have days like Wednesday, where it was to the minute, it's like the second the dollar broke 96.4, or whatever it is, 94.6, that's what it is. The second that happened, Bitcoin had a red candle. That's when it's like, okay, we can definitely say this is the reason. But I don't think that the dollar is always the reason. I believe, like we've seen it, 2015, the dollar went up and Bitcoin was going up. So we've seen kind of all scenarios happen. And for me, it's a good tool, but it's not, the dollar isn't like my main. I'm not going to like watch the dollar for Bitcoin. Of course, if the dollar rips just from right here, goes up to 97 super quickly, I would expect everything to sell off. Everything plus. So let's see. Kind of interesting. S&P looking a lot like Bitcoin here locally. We have a drop, and then we have a low, and now we are kind of retracing. Hopefully that's what's happening. Wait a minute. What the heck? What? Wait, what? Wait, I'm so confused. We do have a lower low. I knew it. I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy, guys. I was looking at that. For some reason, that chart pulled up Bybit perpetual contracts. I knew I wasn't crazy. Holy moly. Okay, I feel gaslit. I like to look, guys. So there's many charts for Bitcoin. It's traded on many exchanges. All of them are valid. The ones with more real volume are going to be more important. But the caveat for me, a spot exchange like Coinbase, like Gemini, Bitstamp, those are going to be more important to me. Why? Because that's the real asset. When we look at Bybit, when we look at, I don't know, Prime XBT, Femex maybe. Femex has spot too. Those are contracts. Contracts aren't the physical asset. Those are IOUs, just like you guys know what contracts are. They are pricing something else. They're pricing something that is not the actual asset. It's vaguely, it's close, it's pegged to, but it's not the same. So I might have to look at this TA all over again. That's okay, we're going to repeat ourselves. I knew I wasn't crazy. I love this. So 63.3 was one of our major values, right? Look at the reaction to 63.3 right here. This is strength for me. Lost it, rejected. We have our V shape that we like to see on lows. Don't like seeing it on highs. Pull back again, back test. That's pretty much a inverse head and shoulders. Perfect. It is perfect. It's a perfect inverse head and shoulders, basically. Very much in alignment with that V shape. We do have the same engulfing status. 5 minute looks better than when we looked at it on Wednesday, so that's a plus. 15 does not really. Though it did as well bullish engulf off of its low, which is great. Interesting. So in Coinbase, it's weird. Spot set a lower low, contracts didn't. What does that mean? Kind of means maybe there's more. I wonder if funding is up really high. Let's take a look at funding quick, because that could mean people are getting a little too hot on contracts. Funding looks good. All right, that's a great sign. Funding is pretty much neutral, or as neutral as it's been lately. OKX predicted is looking to go negative. Binance with 0.2, just above neutral. BitGet at 0.03. BitGet seems to always be at 0.03 or negative 0.03. Coin margined looking exactly the same. Right, yep, coin margin looking exactly the same. Funding, pretty neutral. That's great. What we don't want to see here would be really high funding rates. If we were selling off to support and funding rates exploded, that would be a sign that the market got a little too ahead of itself with contracts going long, and what that results in typically is selling, is price moving to the downside, but we don't have that. Funding is neutral. Funding being neutral, I honestly take as bullish as we're trending up. Being negative is bullish, but being neutral, pretty bullish there. That's what I wanted to see. I was worried that we might see really high funding. We don't have it. Really high funding. We saw some of that back here right before the drop. Funding spiked up to maybe 0.5, 0.6 on average across exchanges. And now off this low, we don't have it. That's excellent. Neutral funding. Man, funding has been such a ride this year. All through March, April, May, funding kept exploding to these huge levels. Huge levels. It just was unsustainable. Those contracts eventually have to close, and that high funding made sure they closed quickly, and that puts selling pressure on the market. For it to be neutral here means it could just take off. It can go back into rallying. I can guarantee it, but it's a probable edge. Gives us a probable edge. I need to close that. I need to close this perpetual contracts. It's throwing me off. Okay. I keep opening it accidentally. So here's some goodies. Here's some goodies. What time frames is this visible till? Excellent. Excellent. This is what I wanted to see, baby. All right. On spot. I feel so stupid. This we've had so many freaking problems with the stream. The mic was muted and whatnot. But on spot, we have that lower low, and we have bullish divergence. Boom. That is confirmed on the hour. For MACD. On RSI, same thing. We have a lower low in price, which you saw here. Price went down lower. But our RSI and our MACD did not. RSI right here showing a much smaller selling impulse. RSI doing the same. Reaching down very low here and not reaching as low here. That's classic bullish divergence. That's hidden bullish divergence, I do believe they call it. I wish Market Cipher looked a little better here. It doesn't look terrible on the hour, but I'm not totally convinced by it yet. The reason being, we see a larger or a lower low in money flow here. So while it is looking to roll over on the hourly, we may end up with a similar rollover, but earlier today, probably before the drop, where money flow really doesn't reach deep into the positive territory and then moves back down for what it could possibly be 3 lower lows. I don't love that. I don't love it, but our VWAP is still up. It won't take a lot to put this in better condition as that money flow rolls over on the hourly. So I don't hate it, but it's not quite as confidence building, because if we look at this chart, you can't cut it any other way, man. Like, you have a lower wick and you have a lower candle body close. So whether you are a TA that uses wicks or not, whether you just use candle body closes or not, there's bullish divergence either way on these lows on the hourly time frame. What's going to be curious to me is, does that extend out to, say, the 4 hour? Well, not on MACD. Or does it? Actually, technically it does on the 4 hour. Let's make these a little smaller. Technically it does. So on the 4 hour, we don't have really the reversal. So we don't have the confirmation like we do on the hourly where it's MACD's already rolled over. We've already recovered a good percent of what we've lost, etc. But we do see a similar thing. We do see bullish divergence. So in this case, our lows have come up now versus November 6th. But our lows on RSI and our lows on MACD have come down. And so that is bullish divergence, provided this 4 hour. I mean, I would say it's probably confirmed if we close a bullish engulfing on the 4. But typically you want to see some kind of like bigger retracement with a bigger time frame. I'd say by 64.3, I'd be pretty confident on that. But that's a good sign. That's a very good sign to see. That could be even visible on a bigger scale. Let's find out. Not on the 12 hour. Nope. And not on the daily. That's okay. That's okay. We don't need it on the 12 hour and daily. We're looking for a short time frame reversal, not necessarily a macro. Because you look at the macro, things look pretty dang good. The daily money flow is amazing. It's just trending at positive. This is very similar to what we saw May, June, July, except the other side of the coin. The other side of the coin. We saw money flow trending negative and just staying negative. That's what we're seeing again, but we're seeing it on the positive side. I don't think the daily is very threatened by this. We don't have a lower low on our VWAP yet even. That's positive. We have seen 1, 2, 3 higher highs here. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. It's not the best. Daily momentum looks a little weak. It is waning, but if this candle closes a little higher, God forbid it closes green, that'll be nutty. That might not be the case in 4 hours. So this 15-minute is definitely making me wonder what's about to happen. A little learning lesson on the cipher here. This is not what we want. Money flow rolled over, and that's just like on, I think it was a 4 hour or 12 hour we looked at. This is what we're afraid of. We don't want to see that. We don't want to, if we are able to roll over a time frame, we want to see that continue out. We don't like these little fake outs. Yeah, that's not excellent. Let's find out our retracement. I think this is what we want to do. Hopefully everybody's doing all right. Everybody's feeling all right. Huh. It's not very good. We don't really see any overlapping. We don't really see any significance here on this retracement. There may be something still waiting for us. Wonder what it is. Close above 63 as we said in the video. And this is really just like, I remember talking about this the other day. On Wednesday, we were saying today's a red candle and tomorrow's likely going to be a red candle with a slightly lower low. But the core idea of what we were talking about was, one, the repetition of a pattern that we've been seeing. A repetition of a pattern that we've been seeing at late October, early into November, that we were saying, okay, we're seeing these large rallies and these kind of 3 days of pain, I said. And that's what's important about them, is these were painful candles. They traded mostly sideways, but each one of them had some brief moment of hope that was crushed. Then rallied. Saw that again. So it made sense to look for that here. We said the next day is likely to be red. We're likely to see a slightly lower low. Well, we didn't get it yesterday, but we got it today. And that's okay. These are supposed to be painful candles. They're not supposed to feel good. My goodness, I'm having troubles today. supposed to be painful. But a close above 63, we're really just doing this. We're going into price discovery, finding sellers, sellers taking profit, buyers re-enter the market, they absorb those sellers, and they push to a new high. And now we're seeing a retest of that whole level of consolidation. We talked about this Wednesday and why this wasn't a scary event, why this wasn't significant, it wasn't worthy of freaking out over, because it's just a return. You know, we had resistance here for multiple days. We broke that resistance. What's the logical move? Move back to test it as support. A daily close below 63,000, and things can get a little sketchier. I'll admit that. Things will get a little sketchier. But we don't have that yet. I don't think the probability is very good that we will. Certainly not today. And as we said on Wednesday, 58.8. We could trade to 58.8 again. That's a monthly, it's a quarterly level. We could spend a bunch of days, even weeks above this level, come back, bounce off it, be totally in trend, be totally fine. We're nowhere near there. If we get a candle close below 63,000, I'll look for 58.8. But we're not there. This is looking as if it wants to close kind of higher than I even expected. Interesting. Just caught a little fractal potential here. So on the 5 minute, that's where we saw this inverse head and shoulders pattern. Right? Right here. When we look at the 15, this is really interesting. We have the potential of this being a fractal. As we have again an established neckline. We have a left shoulder. We have a head. VRPR. Volume profile support at 61.3. I think I would. I don't understand what happened to my chart. Let me pull up the chart from the 10th. God, I hope I didn't do that video on the perps. This isn't it either. Sigh. Here we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for, baby. So you say 61.3 on VRPR. That does not surprise me. Why? Because that is a level we have. It's a level we're looking for. One that wasn't even able to be calculated previously. Because we didn't have it yet. Wait. Right there, 61.5. Well, I'll look at the VRPR just 1 second. I'm sorting out my brain here. There we go. So you say 61.3, and I would agree. I would say we probably can call that 61.5. That's $200. That's 0.3% difference. We're talking about the same value. The reason I would agree is that's our weekly support. Well, it's our weekly resistance. We broke through that weekly resistance. We haven't back tested it yet, but I would agree. We'll take a look at VRPR to see that back up. Just another piece of evidence. But you can see right here, October 11th and October 18th. This rally was ended, or this rally was faded. It got sold off, closed at that level, 61.5. We saw a lower low, and we broke back through it. So at some point, to return to 61.5 makes it almost makes too much sense. It's very logical. That would be solid technical. That'd be a solid technical move. Oh yeah, I should own up We did not see our 618 retrace, so our in-stream target doesn't happen a lot, but we didn't make it. We didn't make it. Womp. So you guys can just call me terrible. I know, it's okay. Let's see where that pocket is now. Just because it didn't hit last time doesn't mean we won't look for it this time. I don't know, man. With the hourly closing, the hourly closed above 63, like 83. I think it's a daily level. A nice little reversal candle, long wick before it. I'm feeling more confident today in the bounce than I did on Wednesday. That's for sure. That is 100% for sure. I'll try to pull up VRPR. For some reason my computer always has trouble with it. Or TradingView does, I don't know. Volume profile, jeez. Type it. Volume profile. That works. There we go. You know, I just said that, and now I want to do it on the other chart. Let's do it on the other chart so we can see our horizontals, see if they line up. Huh. Wow, isn't that weird? You might not be able to see it at home. Let me make this a little more visible here. Isn't that weird? Each one of our horizontal levels corresponds with high volume on the profile. I didn't even look at this. But of course it does, because that is what makes it support. Let's delete a lot. Actually, let's save it. Copy it. Then we'll delete a lot. There we go. There we go. That to me is like clear as day. 58.8. This is again the level we have to hold. The level that if we break, then things can get ugly, right? That's right where you see a huge amount of volume comparatively. Huge amount. Right there, 58.8. You know, there's a little slimmer, maybe volume down to like 58.5 or something. But you see, it's really as soon as you hit that horizontal, you get that wall of support. Same is true at 61.5. So that's what Crypto Alchemist was talking about. If support at 63K fails, then we're looking for 61.3. I agree. I would, like I said, with the caveat, 61.5 is where I'd be looking. But in agreement here, you can see that 61.5 is literally the highest volume on our volume profile that's visible in this price range. Meaning that is the strongest support. That's what volume profile is suggesting.
Wouldn't mind your opinion. I got the feeling we may head to 1.13, 1.14 to hit the top of the Ichimoku cloud on daily.
Cal J, you know I love you, brother. Sad Higeki had tipped to see DNT. So if I'm going to do yours, I got to do his. We'll look, I guess, well, here's what we'll do. Guys, please, today only, I don't want to do a ton of different charts. I want to kind of be here to vibe and be calm and help people be calm on this day. So I don't want to be burning myself out doing a jillion charts. So please don't tip for them. But of course, Cal J and Sad, you guys are here every freaking day. And you guys know I love you. So I'll look at those for you. Just for you. But just as a warning to everyone else, please. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. But today we're gonna focus on our inner zen, our inner calm, because everything is okay. For some reason I don't have a DNT chart, so I'll have to pull it up. Vibe, that's right. Calm as a cucumber, I know, right? It doesn't it, like, you guys are like the Crown fam, so like you guys, you get it. As you've been in this space, doesn't it just blow your mind? Does it blow your mind, like, how quickly people freak out. Like, we hit a new all-time high, and then we sold off 9%, and new people thought that it was the end of the world. And of course, that was me a long time ago. I was the same. But does it just blow your mind? It's like, wait, why are you freaking out? What? That's why I had high hopes for today. With the EFT FUD, you know, the EFT rejection, I think that today's sell-off will feel more real for people. That's why I wanted to make sure we put out a video and went live, see if we can replicate the success that we had on Wednesday. DNT, we're gonna do this quick. DNT, you got monthly support, historical monthly support, 14.4 cents. Honestly, that'd probably be the entry for me. If I was looking to enter DNT, I'd probably be looking for 14444. Monthly resistance, we're battling with it right now at 18.5 cents. Make that red. Make that green. And of course, our yearly high resistance, we'll call it our all-time high resistance, 32.8 cents. The monthly, not a lot else on here. We have selling momentum, hasn't waned off yet, but with a close above 18.5 cents, it probably will. I like VWAP on the monthly trending up, or at least leaning back to positive. That's a good sign. That is a very good sign. Weekly looks strong as an ox, bruh. Market Cipher is digging this weekly. Digging this weekly. It will not take... Nope, we already have it. We already have a higher high here on our momentum. We already have a higher high here on our VWAP. That's looking solid. That's looking very solid. Unlike the monthly, the weekly has buying momentum activated. All right, cool. Cool. Only thing I don't love here is 18.5 cents. Also your weekly TK. So there's extra resistance. It's also your Kaijun. And you're under the cloud. Things can get ugly under the cloud. This doesn't guarantee that it's going down or anything like that, but gotta be weary. 20 weekly moving average is below this week's candle, and we are currently trading. Man, this is going to be a beast resistance, I think. 18.5, man, your 50 weekly is right there. That is significant resistance. A weekly close above 18.5 cents, I think you're looking good.
With Tom. Bring the chill.
Bring the chill. That's right. What's up, KP Killer? How you doing, man? Good to have you chilling. Good to have you chilling. Good vibes. Right here, man. Close a weekly above 18.5 cents. And you're looking for that 32.88. I think that is a very high confidence play. With this support being here, though, this 14.4, I think the play more correctly should be made from 14.4, but it may never come. We'll see. We'll see. Ooh, and you know I love Sadageki, man. You know I love this. You know I love what I'm seeing right here, man. On the day, you got a high power moving average setup right at your 18.5 cent major like pivot point resistance. Ooh, that's spicy. That's spicy. That is hecka spicy. Of course, it's also the 382. God dang. All right. I think the probability favors the test of 32.8 cents. I think the better position could be found at 14.4. And let's do some moon math for the man. Somebody get this man some moon math. He's lacking moon math. It's a spooky day. There we go. Crap. Didn't quite get it. There we are. Let's see. What stands out to me? 15 bucks, baby. Yeah. With a shorter term target, of course. $2.68. I think if you see a break of 51, this year's high, I think you're going at 268. Watch for that 14.4 cent level. And here's the nice part. You can have a tight stop there. You have a very tight stop. You can see 13 cents was the low in October. Certainly below 13 cents from a position taken at 14 cents. I would look to get out of it. I would treat that as a scalp. And that's a good risk to reward. Let's check that out. So our conservative smart play down here, 10.85 to 1. You only need to win that less than 10% of the time. If you're going to do that same trade, though, from right here, right now, the risk to reward still isn't that bad, man. 2.68%. You might even take it a little higher for that 3. Looking to stop under 13.5. There's a trade to be made, and with that moving average setup, I think that it leans bullish. The daily isn't exactly saying that's going to happen now, but I'm okay with that. So, there you go. There you go. This is what I'd be looking for right now, honestly, people. We've seen this structure across everything, right? Across the whole market. Every coin has a slightly different variation of it. A lot of them have done this. And then I broke into the upside. So if you find coins that haven't finished this structure yet, you got yourself a pretty good bet. You got yourself a good bet. The macro here on DNT, it only backs that up. You had resistance here at like an all-time high. You broke down to your bear market low. You rallied back up to that all-time high. Now you have a higher low. So what you're really doing is this. You're testing that all-time high. And you're creating an even bigger. You can call this a cup and handle. I like to call it flat top because, I don't know. To me, that just is what is logical. It's a flat top. And your lows are coming up. I like the macro, man. This chart has a lot of potential. It's a good chart. Have to make sure this one saves. How's that looking, fam? Got in on $1. River Grant. How you doing, bro? I'll pull up the bat chart because we looked at it in one of our recent videos, and I said that it was going to be a good performer on BitBoy. I was on the spot. I didn't freaking know what to say. You got in at $1. That was our in. Trade up to 122. You were up 22% today. It's looking fine. Just looking fine. Bat's looking good. What was it? XRP. That's what I was doing for CalJ. Yes, by the way, guys, a reminder, please today, though I appreciate everyone's generosity and support always, just today we're doing more of a chill stream, so if you would refrain from requests, I'd appreciate it. Would appreciate it. Let's see. XRP showing some signs of life here. We see higher highs on RSI, on our market cipher. On the daily, you got a nice 5100 kind of kissing going on there. You can see that play out. Your highs are coming up, your lows are coming up. Looks good, man. Looks good. To me, this looks like the weekly just back tested previous resistance on October. We see a wick there. It's moved back up. If XRP closes this week again above 117, I think you're looking to test local weekly resistance. If not, the same number we've been looking for a while, $1.50. Oh, wait, it already tested. It already did test $1.30 this week. Sillies. You can even see that same pattern I was just talking about on DNT locally right here. Man, we've called so many freaking bottoms. Yeah. Weekly looks strong. Very strong, actually. The weekly looks like it wants more upside. I wouldn't be surprised if XRP closes this week green. I guess since we've already hit 136, I'm going to say 156. Close above $1.17, and I think in the next week, you're looking for $1.56. It could be Could be more than the next week, but in general, looking for $1.56. I'm gonna go back to this VRPR because I like this. This was a big reasoning for us down in the muck of May, June, July for higher numbers. Volume since then has become a lot more uniform, a lot more what we would expect it to look like. Prettier, let's say. What we see is what makes sense. A large consolidation period, large volume, aka large support. Another right here, consolidation level, another large area of volume, another area of support. Consolidation up here in the previous all-time high, area of support. What stands out to me actually, and I don't know how to interpret this because it's not very many circumstances this happens in. So what does catch my eye here is that 61.5 or 61.3 area. This is looking so strong for support. So we see there was consolidation recently there. And look at the VRPR. So this is volume, the same way this is volume, right? That we're all used to. But instead of it showing you by day, it's showing you at what price that volume happened. And to me, that's much more important than what day it happened. So what catches my eye is right here, this 61.5, because it somewhat breaks the pattern. We see the lower areas of consolidation where we spent more time have more volume. They have larger bars moving out. Right here is actually smaller than at that 61.5 level. We have less volume here, which doesn't necessarily, all right, I can say I think that is bullish because we spent plenty of time here, right? We spent plenty of time right here, this high, all throughout here, little consolidation here. That's plenty of time to create volume. Now in this little area, which you can see we've really only traded right here at the high and now recently, there's more volume traded. To me, that means that sellers and buyers agreed on the price here. Right here, they agreed on the price. They said, yes, this is the price it's supposed to be. Of course, it's not literal. This is like, it's like a bigger picture thing. They aren't literally saying these things. But more volume and less traded time at that price range, to me, means this support is very strong. And that it is likely we aren't going to see these numbers. It's likely that we aren't going to return back down here. We certainly could. And if we do, we have so much. Like, honestly, I don't think we trade below here ever again. I don't say this often. I don't think we trade below here ever again. Knock on wood, because that's historically been a very risky thing to say. I don't think we do. I don't think that this area of consolidation, all this volume, I don't think it gets sold through. I think that we saw those coins get bought up here, sold up here, rebought, and I think that that price is gone. I think that we could return to 52, and maybe the worst case scenario, we could go back to 52,000-ish, maybe. You can see that 52 is a resistance on the daily. It was not back tested on the way back up. And you can also see very low volume on the VRPR. So that could be possible. I don't think it's the most likely scenario. Honestly, I think that this is in, and that we do, who knows, maybe we come down to that 60,000 level and we keep moving up. I don't think we do this. We might. And you know what? That would look a lot like this then. Right? I guess my reasoning would be this happened below the all-time high. This happened due to resistance, due to literal sellers having bought at that level looking to get out. Up here, we're in price discovery. price discovery versus not price discovery, we see markets tend to behave differently. So I could see a little bit of this area being filled, but honestly, I thank you so much, Alchemist, Crypto Alchemist, for just reminding me of VRPR today, because this is very confidence building. We have more volume, we have more support right here than we do down here. I think that to me is a sign the market is looking to trap out sellers. It's looking to make more moves to the upside. I still think we see six figures by the end of the year. I know that time is running out, but I have not lost confidence. I think we see 100K this year still. I thought we were going to see it in July of this year. It's taking a little longer than we wanted it to. Yeah, all right. Let's check back in. Yeah, you can really, look at that. You can really see that here. We're just filling in the gaps, boys. We're just filling in the gap. I like it. Yeah. 61. It's around 61. So VRPR is pegging it at 61.2. Crypto Alchemist saying 61.3. I'm saying 61.5. They're all correct. They're all correct. Look at that big old volume. We saw that all in the daily right here. We had this not that long. It was crappy. Well, it wasn't that long. Consolidation, but we have so much volume now traded at this level. This is very likely to hold as support. And that follows the narrative that we had going on even Wednesday of a back test of that consolidation level, back test of resistance as support. And we have a new springboard. A new springboard from which to jumpeth. If you guys haven't smashed that like button for this new stream, what can I do that would convince you to do that? Nice, we have 500 viewing. That's quite a few. On Wednesday, we had like 2,000. It was insane. But you know what? We got the handsomest, smartest 400, 500 people here in all of the crypto space. And they're smart enough to know that when they smash the like button and subscribe while we're live, that helps, or that makes YouTube show the stream to more people. So please do me a favor. Just hit that button. Subscribe if you haven't. Let's get this stream pumping. I think we're going to see more spice today. Jason Casper, my man. Dude, Jason, what are you doing? You want to hop on Discord? You want to chat? You want to help calm these people down? If you want to hit me up. I think 52K. You must have jumped in at a strange time. No. I said that was, I don't think that's probable. What I said is I don't think we ever trade below this level again. That level being visible on VRPR. I don't think we ever trade below here. I might do something like this, maybe. Maybe make it a little smaller. Nah, I like it being right up against that high volume. I don't think we trade back under here. That's what I was saying. I was saying worst case scenario, and I don't think this is probable. I think maybe we see a backtest of that 52. You know, there's a volume gap there. There is a daily level that was very significant resistance. Never was backtested. So I could see a possibility where that happens. You fill that volume gap. Let's just color it in. Oh, actually, this even makes some sense. So you fill that volume gap in, and you add a little volume to this peak, and so what you end up with then, in that scenario, would likely be something like this. Biggest, next biggest, next biggest, next biggest, and breakout. So then the volume would be very much smoothed in that event. It would add volume to this area. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I do not. Crap, I lost the chat. Where did it go? When Lambo? Lambo now. Lambo now. You think we rebound from here, Gregzilla? I don't know what everyone's freaking out about. Isn't that the recipe, though? Everyone's freaking out and nothing has happened. That's the recipe for moving on up. Moving on up. I'm going to add these back to the chart. So far today, I think 63.3 holds, 63.2, whatever. I think it holds into today. I think we close above 63K. Problem with VRPR, not very useful on low time frames in my opinion. It doesn't look back enough candles. Here's our levels. There's one more invisible levels. Fib calling the lows again, man. Right around here. I think it's likely that we don't trade below 60. I think it's likely. It's right at the 3 fib extension. It's a nice solid number. Guess 100 prices and you'll be right. True that. Let's do it. Did you message me, Mr. Cal J? You did. What's up, man? Yo. You guys want J Casper? If you want J Casper to come on live right now and teach me how to TA, and then he'll tell me that he loves me and he wants to marry me. No, if you want to see those crazy, I was trying to think of crazy events. If you want to see those crazy events, smash that like button and subscribe. And we'll set it up right now. I don't know if we can do video, though. Because I don't really know how to set it up. Smash a like. If you want it, smash a like. Do it. We got to see those likes smashed. And then we'll get them on. We got 351 likes. Let's get 420. Come on. We can do 420 right now. That's our goal every stream. 420 likes. We have 460 watching. We can do that right now. We just got to smash that like button. We're going to have the legendary J Casper. Casper J Casper. The legend himself on. And we can't even get some likes for it. Come on. You can do it. Hop in. All right. Can you comment my C? Yes, Tasio. I can comment you C. Bagnuff. I'm going to make a video about that here shortly. That's what I was going to do today if it wasn't if Bitcoin wasn't moving. All right, I have to do some very brief behind the scenes stuff to get this set up for Cal J. For Casper. But we're going to have Casper J on in just 2 minutes. Stay tuned. Don't tune out. Smash the like buttons. If there's enough likes, we'll bring them on. And I'm going to set it up. Give me 2 seconds. All right. I think it's only fair. It's like fair to him. He needs like 2 seconds to set up. I think it's only fair to him and to any guest we ever have. If they don't have video, I don't think I can have video. I mean, he'll just be staring at me. That's not fair. It's rude to the guests. He said, just give me 1 minute. It's been 1 minute exactly, my friend. Out of time. What's up, Mr. Pump? I'll just see some shout outs. Robert Nab, what's up, man? Looking at Mana. Mana was ripping. Mana was doing some ripping last night. I'm just gonna pull up charts, not really gonna do analysis on them, but I'll Aw, Liam, you just dropped your entire cake on you? I'm sorry, bro. That sucks. Well, I hope you find another cake. Man, oh man. That bullish kissing. Man's looking strong, dude. After that retrace, it's looking strong. Is the bottom in on Mana BTC locally? Oh, it could be. Oh, it could be. Hello, hello, Kelly Rock. Good to go. All right, I'm gonna give Jasper a call right here, right now. Let's get them. Let's get this champion on. This champion of men.
Yo.
Yo, my friend. Let me make sure everyone can hear you. I might be on streaming mode on Discord. I'm gonna disable that. Let's see. All right, give it a test. Give it a yo.
Yo.
Yo, there it is. What's up, man? Welcome back.
Thanks, man.
It's been a while.
It's an honor to be here.
Likewise. How are you feeling today, my friend?
I'm feeling all right, you know. I'm just watching the charts all day. I have not taken a trade today.
No? Well, you know what? I don't need to tell you, but for the people out there, a lot of what good trading is knowing when not to trade.
That's for sure. Over trading will absolutely get you wrecked, bro.
I don't like being wrecked. I don't like being wrecked, man. No, I agree. It's so tempting though to just keep trading over and over and over again, right? It's
so tempting, bro.
Doesn't go well. We almost got 420 likes. I'm gonna give you credit for that.
It can't be me. Nobody likes me.
That's not true. You have like twice as many subscribers as I do. What do you mean no one likes you? Come on.
Yeah, but they all hate me. I told them if you hate the channel, make sure to subscribe.
Oh man, dude, that's actually really clever. That's clever. Wait, let me shout you out on the channel, guys. If you don't know Jay Casper, you should check him out on YouTube. I'm gonna put his link in the chat. You even deserve a pin because it's your second time on there. There you go.
Oh, thanks, bro.
There we go.
Yeah, you know what really helps me not overtrade lately is I'm actually in the process of taking a very small account and growing it and documenting the process on the old YouTubes. And, you know, when you have to do a good job, it really helps you do a good job. You know what I mean?
I feel that. Well, dude, you know, that goes along with most of what I preach here all the time is someone even asked on Wednesday, like, how do I not get so freaked out about my trades? And it's like, dude, if you're getting freaked out about your trades, you're trading with too much. You know, like that is just that's the only thing. If you were trading, I don't know, 1 penny, right? Would you really worry about it, how it went? No, you don't give a shit as a penny. But if you're trading with your life savings, you're going to freak out over every trade you take. Every trade you take is going to be life or death, man. And so I think that's some of the best trading, and maybe it's a practice we all should do. We should all make small accounts.
Risk management, bro. You know, risk management is number one.
How's that going though? How's your trading challenge going so far?
Well, so far I've only taken one trade, man. I just started it yesterday. I took one trade and I gambled the crap out of it. Basically, I did 100x leverage, 100% of the account on the trade, man. It went really, really well. And now I'm going to do a little risk management for the rest of the time. But I'm waiting actually. The first level I'm waiting to take a trade is 61K.
There you go.
Right? That same level you were talking
61,
about. So
yeah.
I've got the old Tom Crown Confluence. I call it the Crown Confluence.
It's funny. I do the exact same thing with so many people. Not necessarily like random YouTubers or something, but like just people that I talk to a lot about TA. I love it because we don't agree a lot. Specifically, Rico comes to my mind, but we don't agree a lot. But when we do, it's like, oh crap, we're onto something. Like, ooh, we've got something going on. Yeah, I got a good trade. Yeah, 61
could be just an echo chamber though, too. You know.
Well, yeah, I mean it can be, but that's why you got to do it with people that you don't usually agree with. Then there's no echoes. It dampens it. He's going to be waiting a long time. Some guy just spamming BTT. Just Just BTT. BTT. But yeah, so you have one successful trade. I think, man, honestly, wrap it up. Yeah, it's 100% win rate. Sell it.
Right? Yeah, I've got this strategy, 100% win rate. All you have to do is 100x leverage your entire account. And,
the worst possible thing. The worst possible.
This. I forward tested this.
Ooh, tell me more.
Well, you know what? What I really want to know is, do you think the bottom is in for the day? Do you think the bottom is in for the weekend?
So, for the day, yes. I think we settle above 63. I do for today. Yeah, maybe you're wrong. No, not always right. Is the bottom in for this whole thing? I mean, man, that's a hard question. Like, that 61 level is juicy. But I was showing people earlier, kind of on the daily or the 12-hour, 63 was the resistance, and we broke to a new all-time high of 67, it's a few dollars higher or whatever, fell back down, and then found resistance at the 63 level twice. Then we broke up. Now we're back down to it. So 63, this could be a very classic resistance flip support scenario.
That's true, man. That is very true. I'm still in a long from exactly $60,178.
Beautiful.
And I've got the stop loss at my entry, but I'm a little bit concerned, bro. I have to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's not a super comfortable place to be in. It's
I've
a nice long.
I've already taken some good profits out.
Okay.
So.
All right. Man.
But
yeah, that's a good number,
when I hopped
dude.
on it was the exact bottom of the move. I had a very secret indicator that I used to get that level.
It's
a top secret, bro. I've been experimenting with something new.
Is it super secret, double super secret? Can we talk about it? Or is it too secret?
I don't know, man. Well, okay. Besides the super secret indicator, it was also a golden pocket. It was a trend line, and I'm pretty sure it was a daily level as well.
That was back on like the 6th.
Yep, that was on the 6th, and I'm really good at catching falling knives.
It's all I've ever done.
Yeah, it's fun, right? It's so fun.
I love it.
And over time, your hands get so calloused from all the cuts, it doesn't even hurt anymore. You just have no money, and you're okay with it.
All the nerves are dead.
They're all dead.
Yeah, you don't feel anything. I feel you. Actually, that was a solid. That was a solid trade. I was trying to think if we had been looking at that. What lined up? Something lined up really perfectly recently, and it was like spicy. Is that what's going on now? I guess, kind of. I guess it was on Wednesday, that little trip we had where everyone got spooked down to 62. Yeah. I mean, that hit that golden pocket pretty perfectly. I mean, overshot a little bit. But it was also, that's what I was looking at. So I don't know if you saw that any of that streamer video, but it's golden pocket. That's what we were saying on Wednesday. And then additionally, it was the measured move right before it. So from 66,000 to 69 using your fib, the 2 extension right there in the golden pocket. So we had like a retrace and a measured move pointing at, what was 63.3 to 63,000. That's a pretty good range.
That's pretty juicy, man.
It was juicy. Didn't really go far. We didn't get the corresponding bounce that we were looking for. I was definitely looking for a little bit more of a bounce here.
Me too.
But Wednesday, I was looking for probably back to like 66.5 or 66, kind of on the dot. I'm surprised we didn't get there. That was a little fake out.
Yeah, I did long that as well, and I'm currently stopped out. I mean, I actually never close my trades ever. I always leave like maybe 30% of the position open.
Mm-hmm.
So I always just let them get stopped out.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
I
know if
do a
that's
lot of
your thing.
similar. Well, I do the same thing, but not on leverage, of course, because I just don't trade leverage that much. But I do the
Yeah.
same thing with spot. Like, if I get in a coin, and this is like what I'm gonna do this with Shiba soon, probably, whenever. Haven't made any moves on it. I only invested $100, so I'm not really worried. But I do the same
Oh,
thing in the
nice.
sense of I buy a coin, and let's use like say Mana. So I've had Mana for a while. Mana did a lot of rallying. I took some profit, but I'm always going to leave some of that position open. I don't see a point, especially in spot, of selling all out. If I like you're selling all out, now what you're saying to yourself basically is this has to be the top, or
Right.
else I'm going to one feel like shit, and two I'm going to like have that terrible urge to buy back in higher and wreck
Right.
what is a beautiful position because I took my investment back out. I've got the majority of the position still, and I'll just let it ride. So there's no stop there, but it's that same kind of concept of I like to split the difference. I say, if you don't know what to
Right.
do, split the difference. Like you're worried, maybe you sell half of it, or maybe you buy half of it. Whatever the circumstances that you're in. I find just doing 100%, it just always sets you up. Like anytime you're using 100% of a position, you're basically saying, without knowing it, this has to be the exact top or the exact bottom, or else I'm setting myself up to feel crappy. And I'm all about how, the mindset, how people feel. It sounds silly, but it kind of back to the over trading or too big position size. Your choices or your logic changes based on how meaningful that trade is to you.
That's true, man. And you're basically putting yourself, if you just take out some profits and leave that position open, you're putting yourself in a win-win situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because worst case scenario, you're a winner. And best case scenario, I mean, you're a super winner.
Yeah,
You
you're
can tell
double
that
winner.
story about how you held that trade, man, through thick and thin, all the way to the top, to the real top.
And you just took some profits and then you rode it all the way back down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like it, man. That's kind of what I did with Doge. Sorry, guys,
Oh,
I'm
nice.
drawing this out for Jay because there's going to be a delay on the stream, so he won't be able to in real time see what I'm talking about unless I send it to him. So what do you think about this fractal? This is my main reasoning at the moment for the bottom being in today potentially. So I showed the viewers earlier on the 5-minute, we have like a very beautiful inverse head and shoulders played out at 32,266, which is where we were looking for support. And then if we look at the 15-minute, we see that there's actually a bigger structure now being painted. And we have the neckline already on the 15.
Yeah.
As we
I
did
like
on the
that
5.
a lot, man.
Yeah. Doesn't that look nice?
You know what? It looks super nice.
It looks so
and,
nice.
Let me give a contrarian viewpoint
Please do.
to this. Mm-hmm. And hey, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm trying to weigh out all the possibilities here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if we have the inverse head and shoulders and the fractal does play out, but then we've got that golden pocket right up there.
Yeah, to the ones, it's right where the 1618 would go here too.
So what if we swing failure those highs, fake everyone out, and then drop back down to 61K to close the CME gap before the futures market closes in about 2 hours, and then we pump?
Well, there currently is a gap on CME? I thought that we were, because CME has been closing and opening like right at the same values.
Yeah, no, the most recent one is the 61K.
Okay, yeah, you're
gives
correct.
So much juicy confluence, man.
There is. All right.
61085. And that level is also a golden pocket, and it's a naked daily point of control. There's a lot of confluence there, man.
The man's right. He's got a point. Dude, yeah.
I don't know.
There was 618 on CME, 61,985, and that was a gap back in April, which is interesting.
Isn't it? Am I wrong in thinking it's a gap from?
Oh, and now. So I'll send you the picture. There's too much of a delay for him to ever be able to see what I'm talking about in real time. So we got the 618 is at 61980, whatever. That was where a gap opened in April. And now we do have, you're correct, a gap from November at 61435.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. And I will say I've been looking at CME a lot more than I used to. I don't believe that CME controls the market or something like that. But I've noticed that CME's charts kind of just are like a cleaner spot chart. They have a lot less noise. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. But I guess also, though, it doesn't actually have to fill like this week, though. You know, we could see next week open. I mean, next week, Sunday, maybe Sunday, we're trading at 61.5. CME opens and we like rock it up or something, and then it's filled. And in reality, guys who are out there, don't listen to anyone who says gaps have to fill. They do not have to fill. They do.
No, they can stay open.
They do fill more often than not, I would say. But at the same time, name any price ever. And Bitcoin has traded at it, how many times? Just so many, over and over and over again. It's the same value. Days later, it goes up, comes back to it, goes down, comes back to it. So the odds of any price being filled as a gap, pretty good. Pretty good. I think that's a good view, dude.
There's one more reason why I think we could see us come down there, and it's because of the potential uneven butt cheeks pattern that could print on Market Cipher B on the 1 hour time frame. Are you familiar with the uneven butt cheeks pattern?
Uneven butt cheeks?
Yeah, the uneven butt cheeks. Man.
Well, let me. Oh, now I am, I guess. Having pulled it up, I'm guessing you mean kind of from just yesterday when we moved to negative money flow, and now we're negative money flow again. Is that what you're looking at?
Kind of. I guess it would be kind of. Hard to explain it.
It looks like uneven butt cheeks.
Yeah, so those are uneven butt cheeks. But what I want to see is the uneven butt cheeks in the other direction. So I want to see that. I guess we'll have 3 butt cheeks. I want to see 3 butt cheeks.
Trace butt cheeks.
Trace.
That's a lot to ask, man. 3 butt cheeks.
Is it too much for a man to ask for 3?
You do it.
I've been doing it, man. I've been doing it. We're working on the plastic surgery budget right now.
All right, cool. You're gonna be the first man with 3 butt cheeks.
It'll be fun.
3 times the fun.
Yeah.
No, I like that take. It fits. It fits what we're looking at here. Like, if we see a break of 64.1 to whatever today, we move up to maybe 64.4. A rejection from there, if the neckline doesn't hold then at 64.1, you definitely then end up with like a measured move looking for some downside target.
It would be kind of cool, man. We do have, not only do we have that golden pocket up there at about 64.4-ish, but we also have that is the value area high of this little mini range that we've been doing for the past 2 days. So I could see it going either way. I could see it going either way,
Yeah. Oh, just as you said that.
Wow, look at that, man.
Getting some greens. Nice little. That's a beastly 1 minute candle. I wish it wasn't on the 1 minute. I wish that was on.
Let's check
on
it out.
The daily. That's pretty intense, man. It just rocketed to 64.11.
Yeah.
Boom.
Got a little wick down right there from a 786. It looks like.
Ooh. This is getting spicy. We're gonna break it. We broke 64. What? Yo, if we go straight to that target, I'm gonna just take a bow here. Take a barrel. Nah, there we go. There's the red candle. That's some precision red candle.
Let's see. I would let us come up above. I would let us come up to 64.4.
Yep. Right to the golden pocket, right to the measured move of this right shoulder.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, you know what, man? What we can say here is, all right, so we can take both of what we're saying, and we can set up like a theoretical trade, right? So if we're saying, all right, we're looking for like 64.4, and then a back test kind of 64.1, that could be we could look to like take a short at 64.4 and then open a long at 64.1, and we can play it both ways. I wonder what this would look like.
Yeah, I mean, I am kind of planning to take a short here if things happen correctly. We are starting to get some bearish divergences potentially on the lower time frames. Money flow coming down. I forget, you're a market cipher guy?
I do like market cipher, yes. True.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it too. Interesting times, man. Interesting times. I really hope, you know, I'm extremely biased for that 61. I really want a long 61. You know,
There's a learning lesson for everybody. I'm extremely biased for it. I want it. You might get it. You might get it. I think if we see a reject, like any kind of rejection right here.
That's what I'm looking to do as well. What you just sent me over to short from the golden pocket.
This probably looks like gibberish to everyone watching, because there's two overlapping trades going on there. Does that make it easier? No.
Yeah, I'm bummed out that I missed the short, man. You know, whenever I miss a trade, it kind of like gets me out of the groove, and then I start missing other trades.
Yeah.
But
yep. You lose your winning streak.
Yeah. You just miss a trade. Like I had two opportunities to short around 68 something, and I missed them both, and I have not taken a trade since the long from 63.2 or whatever we came down to. 63.5 I think is where I got in.
You want to know something crazy?
What's that?
Remember all those moons ago when I opened that short?
Yeah.
Oh, it's still open, baby.
Oh, nice,
man.
Oh,
it's still open. The liquidation's at like 70,600 or something. Like something stupid. Something stupidly close to where we went, and then we fell. Yeah,
nice, man.
So my short's still open, but as soon as that liquidates, we're gonna have a celebration, like a liquidation celebration.
I like that.
Yeah.
Liquidation celebration.
It rhymes, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is looking like the smartest freaking trade I've ever placed on stream right now. With the short at 64.4 and the long at 64.1. It's like 0.5% spread or whatever, and you just got both positions open.
Yeah, yeah.
The stop, I guess the stop would be below the right shoulder. I don't like how much of a downside that is.
Man, things are looking bullish right now.
Well, I mean, we were both looking for 64.4, you know? So it's going to 64.4 because it's listening.
Yeah.
It's watching.
My uneven butt cheek idea is looking less likely. It looks like we're going to stick with two butt cheeks, honestly.
Dose butt cheeks. Well, I mean, that's a normal amount, so.
Yeah.
That's a good take. I love when people... I don't love when just anyone disagrees with me, because, you know, when my mom tells me Bitcoin's going to go up or down, I don't know what to say to her. It's like, okay, sure, Mom. But when people are passionate about TA, I love when they disagree with me, because then I'm like, okay, I want to understand where their brain is on this. Why are they, you know, what makes them think this? And so then I try to go find it. And I probably wouldn't have gone to find that without them.
We just hit 64.4.
It's going to, watch it just snipe our freaking.
We just hit 64.4. That's crazy.
I swear if it goes.
It looks like extremely bullish. Like all the bearish divergences that were on those lower time frames are starting to taper out.
Well, our in-stream target was hit. It didn't get hit yesterday, so God, good thing we were about to start looking bad here.
It's looking pretty dang bullish, bro. It looks like we're...
Let's go down to the 5. The inverse head and shoulders thing, man, it's perfect. Like, it's just like perfect pattern. And usually honestly I don't trust perfect patterns. They're too perfect. Yeah. And you're like, this is obviously a trap. Like, come on.
That's like, honestly why my wife didn't trust me when she first met me.
She knew
it was just too perfect.
It was nice. I was gonna say she knew it's a trap.
That's why I didn't trust you either at first.
Aw. Give this man some subscribes. Everybody go subscribe to Jay for now. uh, what? Okay, so I was thinking before you jumped in the chat, I doubt you were watching the whole stream. So I wanted to share this concept with you too. On Wednesday, on our swing low, yeah, whatever number, doesn't matter. We had that wick back up. We had some buying response, right? But something I noticed while we were live is there was no bullish engulfing really on any time frame. So we had like a solid 5-minute red candle and then a really strong solid green candle after, but it didn't bullish engulf. We didn't see a bullish engulf really on any time frame on that low. Today, but today we have a bullish engulf on this low on virtually every time frame, I think except for the 30-minute. What are your thoughts?
You know, to be honest with you, I don't really consider candlesticks too often.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't really know what to make of that.
Fair enough.
What do you make of it?
So I'm not a huge candlestick guy, but there's times where the candlesticks I think have info. I think the problem people have is they get tripped up and they start thinking that like candlesticks tell you everything about price and they try to trade by them all the time. They're just another little tool. And so I don't always look at them. There's some patterns I do look for. But here, what is going on in my mind is that is showing us this low is different than the low on Wednesday. That's how I interpret it. It's not like guaranteed moon. There's no guaranteed moon, but I see it as different. There's a different response. And in fact, that was like something that was tripping us up a little bit on Wednesday. I was like, man, we have this solid bottom wick. Like that shows that these sellers were absorbed. It shows like there's some exhaustion in this selling, but we didn't have like a good divergence going on. We didn't have like a really reversally signal. And it wasn't just from the candlesticks. It was just low time frames weren't really looking super fantastic. And so it's definitely a welcomed sight for me to have those engulfings. But I like is that you have it on the 5-minute, you see it. What about the 1 minute, I wonder? Even on the 1 minute, on the freaking 1 minute, at the very low of this swing today. Bullish engulfing on the 1.
Interesting, bro.
Bullish engulfing on the 5-minute. Bullish engulfing on the 15-minute. The 30-minute is the only one that it isn't. Then the 45-minute, yes. Hourly, yes. So what I'm looking for here, and I guess this has happened while I was live. Dang, I've been live too long. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the episode is we saw all these bullish engulfings on these low time frames. The 4 hour is going to close soon. The 4 hour isn't there. So logically, we're going to watch this 4 hour close and we're going to hope that we get a bullish engulfing because what we're seeing then is this small time frame candlestick pattern beginning to kind of ripple out. It started on the 1, then went to the 5, the 15 hour. Now it's at the 4 hours bullish engulfed. That's confidence building for me. That's confidence building for me, at least to like a golden pocket retrace. I think something actually similar happened back in that awful period. Yeah. Something similar happened back in, I forgot I can share my screen so you can see it live.
Oh, in Discord?
Yeah. Now you'll actually be able to see what I'm doing. I'm stupid. There you go.
Cool.
Something similar happened back here, and we're on the daily now. This is the bad times, May, June, July. Something similar happened back here. So we had like that same, I'm going to get rid of this. Too much visual. We had that same kind of low right here where we had a very large bottom wick, right? But we had a very strong selling impulse. We had a buying impulse, but it wasn't matching it. It wasn't truly, it didn't have the strength. We didn't have any bullish engulf. It had nothing. And then we dicked around for months and months and months. And then on our low in July, we had this same exact scenario play out here that I'm describing today on much smaller time frames, where we saw, I think it started on probably like an hourly, I can't remember at this point, but we saw the same thing where small time frames were showing us bullish engulf after a lower candle close than the previous swing low, or the initial wick, kind of strong looking with the wick swing low. Lower close in the bodies, and then we saw that engulfing translate out from like the hourly time frame to the daily time frame to like the weekly time frame, and that's was it even longer than that? I can't remember. Let me see. Yep, weekly, 2 weeks. Yep, monthly. I don't think not monthly. Clearly, oh no, and even monthly. Yeah, I was right. I'm like doubting myself here. Exactly. We saw that exact thing happen on the low right before we started rallying in July. And so I like it. We're only talking about the 4 hour right now. So like, this is not like daily, weekly, monthly kind of thing, but this is how that started. It began on a small time frame, and we kind of tracked its progress for days and days and days until we had a full bullish engulfing monthly candle. So I think it's a good sign. And we had a lack of any good signs on Wednesday. So
that's true.
I kind of view it as it puts us in a better position.
I hope so, man, because I really want Bitcoin to go higher. I'm not really a bear. A lot of people accuse me of being
Are you a bear?
A corn bear. I'm always trying to short the Bitcoin.
You're always trying. Chasing the whale.
What about the bearish signs on some of these higher time frames, bro? Like the bearish divergences on the daily. And what about the rising wedge that we got going on with the target of 52K? How do you feel about these things? Because they make me concerned. Like I'm just trying to stay objective.
Oh, was the target 52 on that?
Yeah.
No wonder you snatched that up. Well,
yeah, because I saw that, and I've been looking at that level too. Because not only is it, I think you had a trend line on there too. It's a trend line. It's a weekly level. It's a daily level. It's a low volume node, perfectly at the bottom of that upper range, and there's just so much confluence there. It's the 382 of the whole move from the bottom in July to the top. It makes me a little bit concerned, man. So give me some hopium to smoke, Mr. Tom Crown, because
that is my specialty, man. We got all the good hopiums. Here's kind of my response. So look at the past cycles. Like, we see these big time frame bearish divergences during bull runs. Like, you look from May to the peak in 2017, literally you just had lower highs on the day on RSI. Bearish divergence. You kept having a higher price, you kept having lower highs on RSI until, and so this is a thing that kind of changed my view overall on divergence, is like you had bearish divergence until literally the highest point of the bull run, and then the bear market. Like, as soon as all that bearish divergence wasn't validated, we started the bear market.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's something I can't say, doesn't matter. Like, it does. It's a technical thing, and we respect that. That's how we do analysis. But we've seen it in the past where for just really long periods of time, we've had bullish divergence all the way up. And you said something about rising wedge too, right?
Yeah.
Well, we had that also.
Juicy, bro.
Yeah, it's really Bitcoin, man, when it's parabolic, and this is what I believe, my viewers know. Truly, I believe this is, we're entering now the parabolic part of this. There's a linear growth and then a quicker, more explosive parabolic growth.
It's like we were working out naturally, and then we're going to go on steroids.
Yep, now we're roiding up.
Nice. What I love to do.
Is that up to that parabolic point, basically, the chart is going to paint whatever it needs to paint to technically make us unconfident. And I think that would have been true. You look back, and if you kind of forget about 20K, the chart looks pretty similar to today. I mean, it looks pretty similar. Like you have bearish divergence on your highs. You have what could be, an ascending wedge, or you could even maybe call it a channel or something. Like just not a bullish pattern, right? Just something we expect to break to the downside. And when we go parabolic, I think I can even just like point it on the chart here. I was saying this about Ethereum yesterday, is like these patterns usually break to the downside. That's what probability would say. But in a crypto bull market, when we are in our hottest of hot, what we see happen is these channels play, and then we break the top of them, back test them, and we just go for that blow off top. And that's how I view, this is like in my view, the last cycle. So honestly, that would place us what, like right here maybe? It would place us at like 7K. You might be able to argue also that maybe it would place us at like 5. Depends on where kind of you think we are.
Man, that's some good hopium you got there.
Oh, I got the best shit, man. You know that.
Oh, that's good stuff,
The first
man.
taste is free.
Oh, nice. I'll be back for more for sure.
Well, it's addictive.
Especially if you're right, they don't have a whole bunch of money to spend on the hopium.
Well, it's free. It is and it isn't. Well, I want to say you're short filled. Like just sniped us. 64378, and I placed it at 64428. Crappy market makers cheating us. 0.08% off. I must want to drag that down. Let's just say they both filled. Nah. Well, it can still, honestly, like, even though right now it's like it just hit my long and it wicked up, it's like, even though that happened, I still very easily could imagine this moving right back to 644 and then dumping. Like after kind of pretending to hold the neckline, like that'd totally be a play that would fit the MO of the corn.
Yeah. We are getting a green dot on market safe for B4 hour.
Oh. How do you interpret the green dot? So you mean the green dot on momentum?
Yeah,
or
momentum.
Okay. I was gonna say, how do you interpret the dots at the bottom?
Oh, I interpret the dots at the bottom as you should start to look for the bottom. Like okay. I interpret them as there's going to be another drop, but that's your anchor wave. So if the price comes lower and momentum comes higher from there, you know you're going to get yourself a nice little bounce.
Okay. Yeah, I just like in general, like I like seeing them, but I don't read into them much.
Yeah, I read into them on the higher time frames mostly, and then on the lower time frames, I mostly just I don't pay too much attention.
Bro, if this wasn't the 4 hour, I would have crazy confidence if I saw this right now and it wasn't on the 4 hour. Oh Why? My goodness, because I hate the 4 hour. I don't know what, like I say I hate it. I don't hate it, but I hate it. I say I hate it because I feel like it constantly gives you signals that are wrong.
Really?
That's my observation. Yeah, it's just me. Like I'll see the 4 hour, like let's say the hourly and like the daily are both like bullish. Like the 4 hour will look bearish then. And it's like, and then it ends up going up or vice versa. I'm always skeptical. Maybe it's just in my head though. That could be confirmation bias. But here's what I see, man. This is what I'm peeping on the 4. So this is why I wish it wasn't on the 4. It's like, boom. You got your lows coming up.
Ooh.
You got your MACD coming down. You got
McDonald's.
Your RSI coming down. That's a lower low.
Yeah.
That's a lower low. You have closed a candle of waning momentum on MACD. You're looking to maybe close the second one. So you got a little rolling over. Your candlestick, boom, bullish engulf. And then like market cipher couldn't look any better here. You just entered positive on your VWAP, your momentum's pinching, and then even your money flow has just gone flat. And that's off of a lower high or whatever, higher low.
Yeah.
It's like everything on the 4 hour right here looks delicious. And I don't trust it.
You're making me want to get into a long right now.
Well, do both, man. Do it all.
Well, I like to be schlong.
Too
In fact,
schlong.
most of the time I'm schlonging.
Oh. Oh.
I'm usually schlong, but I missed out on the short and earlier, and this short doesn't count.
No,
this short's
doesn't
I'm
count.
I'm not shorting this because it doesn't look too.
I mean,
too
you've already like what? It's already retraced like 10%. Now it's back like 7. I mean, you might be able to sneak in a short, but yeah, I think looking at a chart, it's like you've fallen. You're looking for a relief to short, typically.
I'm really looking for a long, man. And I might have missed it. I might have missed the short, missed the long. That means it's time to take a few days off, bro. Just chill.
Yeah, just vibe. I'm digging this 4 hour more and more. So 65.6. What do we have at 65.6?
On Coinbase,
you guys need to do your
you have swing failured that low at 62-ish. But on Bybit, which is what I chart on, we did not.
Dude, oh my God. You're preaching to the choir, man. I started this whole episode with the Bybit perpetual chart up. And I was like talking about like, hey, we have a slightly lower low. And I was like, exactly as we had predicted in Wednesday that we'd have a slightly lower low. And then I look at the chart and I'm like, whoa, wait, what? Like was I just wrong throughout all of this? Like I flipped, it just like freaked me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bummer because I was waiting. I was actually had a long limit order set right down at about 62,175 on the Bybit chart, so that potentially I could get a bounce off that 786 and take out that low. And we also had a naked weekly point of control there. And I saw the bullish divergences forming as we came down there, and we just started to bounce without me, bro.
That's rude.
And now I'm looking for a short that's not going to happen, man. I might as well.
Are you revenge trading?
No.
Are you shorting because you didn't get a short? Now you want a short?
No, I'm not in a trade. I'm good at using self-control. I'm good at sitting on the sidelines, bro. I'm actually really good at that.
That is, I mean, if you want to be a shorter, you got to be good at sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah.
You can't hear it. OVO Cow, thank you for the 5-man, said, you guys need to do your own TA show. Hilarious and complement one another real well, LMAO.
Yeah, maybe we should do that, man.
I mean, I agree. We're the handsomest, most tank topest wearing TAs on YouTube. So like,
we're both farmers.
Yeah, we both live out in the middle of nowhere. And we like it that way. I'm trying to find that chart I had that trolled me. Dude, if you guys go back to the beginning of this video, you'll see me so flustered after like talking about like higher low, higher or lower low, slightly lower low, and then like turning my head and looking at the chart, and the chart says that there wasn't. Oh my God. I almost want to like replay it to make fun of myself. I can't find it. I have too many dang charts.
I mean, it was the weirdest thing because people in my Discord are posting that we got a swing failure pattern, and I'm like, it was even weirder because I was trying to long on Femex, and then Femex didn't do it, and then I looked over at Bybit, I'm like, Bybit didn't do it. Like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, and you know what? This does not happen a lot. This is not a very common occurrence.
Yeah, those dang Coinbase. You know what it is? It's all the grandpas and grandmas who just bought Bitcoin now on Coinbase.com.
Well,
they bought the dip.
I did have my grandma sign up. No, I'm just kidding.
That's your fault.
Yeah, right. Well, we were speculating. I was like doing some speculating on here, and I don't have the answer. And like, yeah, if you do, feel free to share. I don't know what the answer is, but my kind of thoughts on this is breaking it down for the viewers. So what happened here? We had selling clearly, then we consolidated, traded basically sideways, and then we fell again. So the only difference here is spot went lower than contracts. So by definition, people are more bullish on contracts right now than spot? Is that kind of like, you know what I mean? I was trying to like figure out some kind of interpretation from it. I'm not sure really what that would imply. I guess longs weren't stopped out here. Like longs then wouldn't have been stopped out as savagely as they would have been on spot because they didn't get a lower low. So people placing their stop right below Wednesday's low on Bybit, they didn't get stopped out. So longs are kept open. Actually, I'll argue usually that is not like I wouldn't usually view that as bullish. I feel like the market tries to keep positions open if they're in the wrong direction.
They try and keep positions open?
In kind of like in a greater picture kind of thinking, like when the market is trending down, you'll get bounces, but it will try to keep longs open, and it tries to close positions in the right direction and keep the positions open that aren't in the right direction open.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, not like consciously, but that just seems to be how markets move.
Yeah.
It's like if you shouldn't be long, then it'll let you keep them open.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird, man. It's weird, and this is a huge difference because it's like, a higher low versus a lower low on
It's just
daily.
so weird to me because you would think that the market makers would want to grab all the liquidity from the people who have their stop losses and liquidations down below that first low. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
You know what though? On spot, we've seen we were looking at VRPR when you jumped in. Like we see a good amount of traded volume at this price, despite not trading at this price. Like for very long. And when I say this price, I mean like 61.5-ish and above. But I've noticed through my own channels that in general, people are not trading, at least in the sample size I see. People who trade leverage aren't trading as much right now. I've noticed that very clearly over the last maybe 4 days, 5 days. Like there's a significant difference. I have some really old referral accounts that anytime there's a significant move, and so like I haven't shared those links in years, but like there's still people signed up. Anytime there's like a significant move, like an all-time high breaks, instantly I see like some kind of like referral payment generate. And I kind of was like, oh man, we broke a new all-time high. I'll go check that. And there is nothing for the 70K kind of like dance there, which usually there would be. And that suggests to me that at least maybe older people who have been in the space longer, because they were very much interested, I would say late October. That thing was popping. And then it's just chilled out. So I kind of interpret that as people in general maybe aren't taking on as much leverage. I think we could have an answer to that by looking at like open interest, right?
Right.
I don't even know. I'm pretty sure that's how open interest works. Or I guess volume on contracts. But yeah, I'm not going to look. Good. I'm not going to look at that data.
Man.
Son of a bee. Go back up. Hold that neckline. Just do it. I want your short to fill. I want like both these positions to be open. And then I want to see them battle it out for supremacy live.
Interesting. I could see us getting a short squeeze up here now that I'm looking at some other indicators.
What are you peeping?
Just peeping like where people's liquidation prices are on Bybit, and right now it looks like shorts are set up to get wrecked more than longs are.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who high leverage shorted. There's a lot of people who high leverage shorted.
And you know what's this is something I talked about earlier in the episode too. Funding is back to neutral. Like for me, that's been go time. That's like go time, baby. Whenever we see funding go back to neutral, we've seen green. I mean, not 100%, obviously, but like really consistently we've seen. And as soon as funding jumped up, which it did right before Wednesday, like Tuesday, I noticed funding was maybe like 0.05 to 0.06, which isn't absurd, but it's on the higher end. As soon as it did, then we dumped. And now that's a confidence builder that I shared earlier, is to see funding back to neutral at support. It's not a bad setup.
Bullish, man.
It's not
that
a bad
is pretty
setup.
Dang bullish.
I think the trick is going to be watch funding because, well, predicted, we have a little increase coming up here on predicted. But at the end of, 8 hours, whenever funding changes. We'll see, because that can change into the last few minutes. If that jumps up, if we see funding all of a sudden jump back up to like that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, whatever level, then I would probably lean bearish again. But for now, it looks like it honestly looks like funding's about to get more bullish on the predicted.
Yeah. So now that I'm looking at the liquidation levels, it looks like we've got millions of liquidations at around 64.9.
How do you
which
look?
I think would be the target of this head and shoulders, right? Or nah, a little bit higher.
Where do
And
you
we've got
look
a
at
lot
that?
coming in at 66.4-ish too.
Where do you look
Hundreds
at that?
This is a oh man.
You want to share your screen, or you probably can share your screen. I can figure that out.
No, I'd rather not share it. But
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, because if it's your account or something, you want to give your info out.
Yeah. I'm just taking a look at it here, and I'll tell you what I'm looking at.
Yeah, just describe it. Take us on a journey with your words.
Yeah, so you can take a look at different exchanges and see where people's liquidation prices are estimated to be based on the volume on the exchanges and how many contracts are open with how much leverage. And so you can see where like everyone who like 50x, 25x, 100x, where they're going to get liquidated at.
Huh, I've never done that. That seems valuable.
It's pretty valuable because you can tell where, especially if it lines up with like a golden pocket, because then there's a whole bunch of liquidity that's just injected into the market at that area.
So what levels were there? What levels were those again? I'll just like place them on this one so you just have an idea.
Well, on Bybit we have about 42 million shorts that are going to get liquidated at about 64954 and 50 cents.
And that's Bybit. You said 40 million?
Yeah, but then we have a lot who will get liquidated at 66,388. We actually have about close to over 200 million shorts.
Bybit again.
250 million shorts are going to get liquidated at 66,388.
66,388. That's gotta be the golden pocket, right?
I don't know. I'm gonna actually check that out right now.
Of course it is, man. Like, it's just like, do we ever even have to ask? Like, of course it is. Of course, it's exactly the golden pocket.
We have to ask. We have to ask the question.
Sure. To get the answer.
It's just 66,388. It's just below the golden pocket, so it makes sense we would come up to the old GP.
Oh, I'm doing it on Coinbase. I was like, wait, no, it's just above, but it's close enough.
Yeah, so right around that golden pocket up there, man. And you know what? I have a short limit order up there. I've had it there since we dumped down to that first low on Wednesday, and I never got to short it. I've been sitting on the sidelines, bro, for 2 days, not entering a trade after going on some crazy kind of win streak where I was like entering these juicy trades. Now I'm just on the sidelines feeling like an absolute loser, man, questioning my existence. Zero self-esteem.
Well, you know what? Me and everyone here, we think you're awesome. So
Thank you.
Can pick that esteem right back up.
Thanks.
Right back up. Yeah, we got 500 people watching us, and they all think you're awesome. Isn't that right? Viewers, don't you all think he's awesome?
Now the truth shall come out.
The truth. Now we hate him. We all just watch him to hate him. Hey, you know what? YouTube can't tell the difference. If you're watching someone because you hate them, or you're watching them because you love them, they can't tell the difference.
That's cool. Hey,
no, don't liquidate.
Someone in your chat, Marcelo Cantu, entered a 2 million schlong earlier. That's awesome. I love schlong.
2 million schlong?
Yeah. That means they longed and shorted at the same time.
A schlong. Marcelo Cantu. That's a big schlong, dude. You got a big schlong.
That's a really big schlong, man. I would only use a schlong that big if I saw me some uneven butt cheeks, honestly.
Someone's spamming LRCs pumping huge. Bitcoin is chilling out here right in between our trades. So they silenced that person. Someone did. But let's see. Is it pumping huge? Why do people do this? I don't understand. People are like, this coin's pumping so bad. And then you look at it and you're like, wait, is literally like where it opened the day before, and we have 1, 2, 3. You know, it's just like lower highs. It's not.
Well, they might
It's
be
not
on. They might be
crash.
on like the 30-second time frame.
That's
You
true.
know?
I don't know what time frame they're on. I don't see it. I don't think it looks bad. But like people always do that when I'm live. I'm like, really? And then I look and it's like, what was this person seeing? What were they looking at? They probably are on the 1 second.
It happens, man. Those 1 second pumps are crazy. You ever try and scalp the 1 second?
Never. Not
Me
ever.
neither.
No. No, I don't know if you'd even be able to like click the button fast enough.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, and the fees would probably kill you.
You're trading like 0.001%.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think I should have had that entry a little lower than the neckline.
For the schlong?
For the schlong. But at the same time, no, I shouldn't have, because if it's a fractal, which was like kind of the theory, we look at it on the 5-minute and it really didn't go below the neckline. So I don't know. I don't know either, man. But I don't trade on Saturdays, and that's usually where I miss out on something juicy. Actually, did you notice? You know how some people do trade with fib time, right? Yeah, the fib time tool. I've messed around with it. I can't say I've put a ton of like stock into it or anything.
You should check out the bedtime indicator, man.
The bedtime.
Yeah, basically, bedtime is when all the juicy price action happens.
What is this thing you're speaking of?
It's that time of day when you go to sleep.
Oh yeah, anytime you're sleeping. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great indicator. Also, the Tom Crown streaming indicator. Anytime Tom Crown streams, if Bitcoin is rallying, it will freeze in its tracks. Just instant freeze. I wonder how people
will pump.
But Crow would pump. That's true. That's true. We were rooting for Crow, man. We were Crow underdogs. I wonder, how do people use this? Like, what is the...
For fib time?
Yeah, like what? I guess it's not a question of like, could it be useful, but a question of, like, where would you look? Because like a fib tool, you spot swing highs and swing lows. You connect them. What would you do? What do you do with time? You just like choose time?
I think I think what you do is you measure it from like the start of an impulse to the end of an impulse, and then the time is based on the Fibonacci sequence. So the theory goes like, if it just so happens where like price intersects with like the 618 fib time, while it's also at another confluence, like maybe like a support or resistance or something, then you're probably going to get a move from there.
Okay, let's see.
I've seen some people really kill it. Like this dude Joe Pippin in my Discord.
Joe Pippin.
You familiar with the Pips?
With Scotty? I mean, with Scotty.
Nah, yeah, this dude, he's a good trader, man.
Cool. I believe it.
He's into that.
I don't know how you would decide like really when to. I mean, let's get Mr. Pippin on.
I've been trying to get Joe Pippin on my channel for a while.
I think we all have.
Have you really?
I think we all have. I think we all relate to that.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him on.
I just want to know what's the bait? You know, what is like the fundamental? What is like the core? Like, where do you place these?
I honestly don't know. We're gonna have to get Joe Pippin on here.
Yep, JP.
But I mean, you could kind of just do what you did there and kind of tell yourself that's where the big moves happen.
Yeah.
Looks like we're about to get one where you just had it a second ago.
There we go. Oh, dude, we're about to go to an all-time high. Look at that.
Definitely.
It is unquestionably.
That is unquestionable.
Look, this is the bull ring. You know, you can see the bull ring, man. You just fly through it and you get support. Yeah. And now this is the outer space ring. And like we leave that and we go to infinity. Time goes backwards in infinity.
I could see it.
Infinity pattern. How good is that fib ring? That's the
That's
best fib ring ever made.
That's a really good fib ring, man. Look at all the confluence right there. Look at the price right now. We're currently literally rejecting off the outer fib ring, coming back down for a perfect retest.
Exactly as predicted.
Exactly as predicted.
Did you ever see that fib ring video I made?
No.
Well, this is exactly what I did in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was just as random. How beautiful is that? I got a bunch of hate for that. I hope everybody knows I was just like having fun.
I don't know really anybody who uses fib rings. Do you?
Well, I can name some.
You can, huh?
So there's some kind of correlation between being a perma-bear and fib rings, and I'm not sure which comes first. You know, like maybe perma-bears seek them out. I don't know. But it's definitely something, like, it's visually interesting, right?
Yeah, you know, it looks really cool, man. I mean, if you have that on your chart, you must be a great trader. Seriously.
So you're saying I should make all my thumbnails now with fib rings on them?
Yeah.
I'm already getting clickbaity enough. Like, I don't know. Can I get more clickbaity?
Well, the fib ring would definitely bring you there.
Then that's it. This will be the next like thumbnail. Will just be this. God,
yeah,
imagine
signal flashes.
Dude, the clickbait I could make with fib rings. I can literally make anything. I can make the argument for anything with fib rings, and that's my objection to them. You should watch that video. It's like 3 minutes. It's just a joke.
I should check it out, man.
You know, this one's like, perfect.
I unfortunately, man, you know, I'm ashamed to admit, but I don't watch all of your videos. You know?
I mean, that is shameful to admit. I agree.
I try my best, bro.
But I'll admit it with you. I don't watch any video. I don't watch videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I know how it is. You know, it's like it's a YouTuber thing. You know, when I was in a band, I didn't listen to other bands.
Exactly. Because then what if someone, you know, what if you're just getting an idea and it turns out it's not your idea?
Yeah, right. That's why I don't watch YouTube either, you know.
Yeah. That is honestly how I feel, but then kind of doubled down is when I watch a lot, because of course at one point all I did was watch other people's TA. That's how I learned. But when I do now, it very much influences my own, and I don't like that because I try not to have bias in my own. And so by introducing someone else's, it's like I'm not just introducing bias, I'm introducing someone else's bias. And now it's like conflicting with everything I have.
Yeah. This is interesting.
Conversations are different because it's back and forth. But like, yeah, watching other people's content, it would have to be really, really good.
How's our Bitcoin short doing right now?
Have to be phenomenal. Yeah, but that fib ring video, just I think you'll appreciate it. It's also maybe 3 minutes.
I'm looking for it now. Is it recent?
I think it's, dude, I think it's good. I think I like this V-shaped bottom. I like this little fractal potential. I think she's looking juicy.
Oh, I see the fib ring. The secret they don't want you to know. Nice.
Kenneth Matthews says, bust out the moon charts. Have you ever experimented with the moon?
Of course I have, man. Of course
we
I
might
have.
We might have lost him.
Oh.
Or maybe my headphones turned off.
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you pretty perfectly.
Yep, my headphones turned off. We didn't lose him.
Yeah, can you
I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you now.
Cool, man. I see your fib ring video and it looks amazing. I can't wait to watch it.
It's everything and more. Have you ever experimented with the moon?
Of course, man. You know, those correlations are kind of undeniable, but dude, whenever I try and trade them, they don't work.
Yeah, no, I've noticed. It's weird. Like it's very consistent, and then I feel like when it makes the most logical sense, it like doesn't work then. Yeah. I don't know. Like this new moon, November 4th, or full moon, November 4th. I was like pretty primed, and that was actually Wait, no, it fits. It fits according to my moon video. It still is technically valid because we had a new moon and a swing high within 3 days. And it was literally 3 days. So that's really giving myself a big slack there, though. They're pretty good. I'm not gonna like if you're gonna pick gibberish to trade by, I can't even call it gibberish anymore. Because seriously, like there's something to it. It certainly just isn't as easy as, buy, sell, whenever, whatever moon it is. But
Yeah,
dude,
you have to have other confluence.
Yeah, you have to have other stuff. But dude, if you look at it, man, full moons you almost always see a swing low, like at a full moon.
Yeah, it is very interesting, man. It really makes you think about like human psychology and
And swing highs, man, you see them near new moons. It's wild. It's not 100%. It's not 100%, but it's like it's better. Like I used to talk shit on it the same way I talk shit on Fabrics. Like I used to, but I no longer can because of how like creepily good it is. So I won't call it gibberish, but like I want it to be gibberish, I guess. Like I want it not to work because it like trivializes everything else I do.
Yeah, I feel that, man.
Let's see. We just had the new, so we're heading back to full. That's not good. Uh-oh. Is Mercury in retrograde? For God's sake, someone tell me, is Mercury in retrograde? Oh my God. The world's going to come to an end. Let's see. November 18th. Right?
That's
November
when Mercury
18th.
goes into retrograde?
No, I have no idea. That was me being silly. That's when we have the next full moon, I think.
Interesting, man. Interesting.
Yeah, not a bad time for a swing low.
Which means it's not a bad time for a swing low.
Yeah. But at the same time, then, like you just said, have success trading them. Well, yeah, maybe October 20th. Yeah, that was a new moon and we had like a new all-time high. So it's not as easy as yes or no. Because that one really broke. That one broke the consistency. That's okay. That's allowed to happen. I don't know. I can't discount it. I also can't explain it, but I don't know. Honestly, it's like the moon controls the tides. And
that's what they say, yeah.
And like the tides, that's a big thing. The earth is mostly covered in water. And then lots of life lives in the water. And so you can think like the butterfly ripple effect, like that makes some sense.
I mean, I do know that statistically there's more births on a full moon. There's more murders on a full moon.
And there's more dumps on a full moon in Bitcoin, according to our study.
And there's more dumps in the toilet as well.
People poop twice as much on a new moon.
Fewer cases of constipation during the full moon.
That sounds like full moons are my favorite time then. Nice smooth pooping. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Take that.
Smooth moves, bro. There's a very smooth move in that Bitcoin price during that full moon.
Lubricated.
Yeah. Yeah, like you just took a few shots of olive oil.
I like olive oil. I don't know. Does that make you poop?
It can. I don't know. But I'll tell you, if you're trying to gain some weight, take a few shots of olive oil here and there, man. It'll get those calories in.
All right. I'm not trying to gain weight. So I won't, but I'll keep it in mind for next time I am.
If you're trying to hit a new PR on the bench press, man, sometimes you just need a few extra calories in there.
I hit a new PR at the gym today, a new yoga PR.
Nice.
Is
that a real thing?
Yeah, no, I was like, I don't even have anything to like back that up with like any kind of quantification.
Oh,
like that's where the joke ends. Yeah, new yoga PR. It was the most meditative today.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Actually, I really like yoga. I'm not gonna lie. I used to think yoga was like silly. Yoga is not silly. Yoga is great. It's not bodybuilding. You're not like, it's not the same as going in there, doing your core lifts, doing your squats, doing your cleans, your presses. But it's something. It's like have you ever like watched a meditation video or anything? And I hadn't until like very recently, like in the last year or so.
No, sir.
So I thought, that's probably a bunch of gibberish too. But like meditation videos that I've watched really are it's just talking about, kind of being in the present and being aware, and at the same time trying to almost just clear your mind and like not focus on things. And like when you do start focusing, or when your mind, an idea comes, you try to let it go. And it's like coordinated with your breathing. And there's definitely something to it that it just feels good. It's like peaceful. And so yoga is that plus kind of, like aerobics. You're moving and breathing. Like you're doing your movements to your breath. And there's something it certainly feels healthy about it. It's a great thing. I recommend anybody try it. I didn't think I would like it. I like it.
That's cool, man. I would, I prefer just lifting heavy pieces of metal in the basement.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did for years. And to be real, that's what I should probably go back to.
Well,
but I've been enjoying it. I should do both. Bro. I should do both.
You got to do you.
Well, I used to be I used to bodybuild, and that was years ago. And then I was in the gym regularly for many years, and then 2020 freaking came around, and I just couldn't go to the gym anymore because they weren't open. And I've been just trying to get back into it. It's been rough.
You get a home gym, man. That'll change everything. Because when I moved out into the middle of nowhere to start this little homestead, I contemplated getting a gym membership that was like 45 minutes away, and I'm like, wait a second, I'm gonna drive an hour and a half.
No.
Got me some barbells, got me some cheap, and this is before COVID, so like everything, people were getting rid of old stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I got me some super cheap, super heavy, super rusty weights.
Nice, full of tetanus.
Chock
full of tetanus.
So much tetanus.
That's quality.
It is quality, man. And I never had to go through that gym withdrawal. I just had it all in the basement.
Yeah, I feel you. I wouldn't drive an hour to go to the gym. Which luckily, mine's like maybe 25 minutes away, and that's at like the limit of how far I'm willing to drive.
That's still pretty far, man. It's like your coffee wears off by the time you get to the gym. Then you got to take another pre-workout, but the second one, it like doesn't give you that same jolt of energy. It just makes you feel like you might have a heart attack.
Yeah, real itchy.
Yeah, yes,
yeah,
in the palms of your hand. Yeah,
itchy, ready to lift. You're scratching your face like a meth head. Like,
yeah. Didn't some of the original ones have some kind of amphetamines in there, and they got outlawed or something?
Oh, I'm sure the original ones, if we're talking like, back in early 1900s, they probably had like morphine and like heroin in them. And it was a baby. Okay. It was like a pre-workout and like a baby's cough syrup.
Yeah, baby's cough syrup. Yeah,
it was an all-around cure.
I do remember taking some pre-workouts with my friends and feeling so euphoric. I'm like, there's something quite not right about this.
I think I know what you're talking about. I told you my buddy. I sent you a picture of him at some point. He's real into lifting. I remember something now. He bought some pre-workout from Russia that you can't get here anymore, and you could only maybe get it in Russia or something weird. Maybe you can't even get it in Russia anymore. That's probably the same thing.
Yeah, it might be.
Fib time settings 0.618.
1 minute time frame on Bitcoin. 3 minute time frame. 6 minute time frame. All looking slightly bearish, but everything else is looking pretty dang bullish, man.
Next time I'm over the pond, you owe me.
I really hope, Tom Crown, that we hit that 61K. That would just make my day. If in the next 5 minutes we just wick down right to 61K and then wick right back up to 75K within 1 minute.
I'm not gonna lie, it just did. I don't think it. It just does not look like that right now.
You don't think so, huh?
Not to me, but you know what? I said that so confidently that just like doubled the odds of it happening. Easy. Like, so I feel so like it looks. I just put on the 1 minute. Maybe that's why I'm all screwed up. Like, it looks so strong right now. That's pretty much when that happens. Dude, this inverse head and shoulders stuff going on looks so perfect.
It really does, man. But maybe, like you said, maybe too perfect. Who knows? Who knows?
Too perfect is a thing, though.
Yeah.
Dog, what do you need? What do you need, dog? What do you need? She's wearing her onesie because she won't stop eating her butt. So we gotta put the onesie on it.
Yeah.
And now, right? Because we had to take you to the vet because you kept eating your butt. Yeah, you're having problems. How do you prevent your dogs from eating their butt?
You know, my dogs have never really had the butt munchies.
Really?
Before. Yeah. What kind of dog do you have?
She is a dachshund, pit bull, beagle. She's a whole like kind of mix of things. She has like a kind of the short nose pit thing, and then the dachshund body, but she also has like she's like built. She's like real buff. She's a goofy dog. She's adorable. Tim's Diner says he was giving us fib time settings. I'll try it out for him.
Oh, nice. Nice, Tim's Diner. Tom's Diner?
Tom's Diner. I might have said Tim's. I meant Tom's. He's around a lot.
Nice, nice.
He's got settings for us. We might need to double check these with your guy.
Yeah, well, I haven't talked to my guy in a while.
All right, we'll get back with him.
I'm gonna have to hit him up sometime. Joe Pippin, if you ever happen to watch this stream, man, hit me up. Yeah. Hit me up in Discord, bro.
Pippin, why haven't you been messaging me?
I'd love to get you on the show, man. You know,
you haven't been messaging me back.
He's a busy guy. He's a busy guy, I'm sure.
Oh, I mean, clearly. All right, 3 pull from. He had a suggestion for us to use, and I like this. All right, so he wants us to use 618, 1618, 2618. I like that because the defaults are like 1, 2, 3. And then he wants us to do pull from 30th of November, 2013. Yeah, you had me in the first half, buddy. Now I'm going to have to go to BLX. Just making it complicated, huh? Let's see how it is. You and your diner, which I would love to dine at because it'd be named after me. All right. Oh, cool. It saved my settings. Dope, dope. So let's do, he says, pull from 30th of November, 2013. Okay. 215 Jan. Okay. All right. Okay. Did I do something wrong? I feel like I did something wrong. I don't know what he's trying to point out. I thought I did what he said.
Well, you might have to figure out some other things, man. Sometimes these indicators can be quite complicated.
Yeah.
Too many buttons to click and too many things to look at. You have to think, use your brain. Not fun.
Huh. Tom, you let me down, brother. What am I don't. There's just like nothing. It doesn't when the next like line isn't even like on the graph. Maybe he said 3.5. Maybe I'm supposed to put like. Let's just keep doing that in 618s. Let's see what happens. Actually, you know what I'd really like? Let's I'm curious. I'll keep his on there. But why not add like 2 and 3 and 3618 and then like maybe 4 and then maybe 5. See what happens. Damn it. So close. All right, 4618. There we go. Nope. All right, there we go. So using, I have declared because, wait, Tom's Diner, he said, oh, he meant December. Okay, I was very confused. So not November. Yes, December. So it's December 30th. Got it. I was going to say, like, I did it, and, like, there's, like, just no correlation to anything. I don't know what's happening. Wait, these aren't the ones that you said, though. I'm lost. I love you anyway, Tom Steiner. You're the man. Even if I can't figure this out for you.
Shout out to Tom's Diner.
Yeah.
And
Everybody
someday I
should
hope I
eat
can-
there.
Yes, I would love to go to Tom's Diner.
Me too. We're gonna go together.
Yeah, sounds fun. But speaking of going to Tom's Diner, man, I actually have to head out to
It's about that time.
to the local diner, to the wife's diner.
Fair enough.
So,
Wait, do you have a diner for real?
I have a kitchen.
I call that my diner as well.
Yeah, a dining room, which is the kitchen.
Which is the kitchen. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, people are yelling at me, December, Tom, and all, December. Jeez Christ, December. I thought I had it on December. What's going on? But yeah, we're going to wrap it up anyway. I want to see what the heck Tom Steiner's talking about, but my friend, it's always good to have you on. Apparently we have to start a show together. I mean, it's a random person in a live chat said so. So,
you know, we could actually start a show, and it could probably turn into something pretty cool, man.
and
You know,
be the best show on the internet.
we could have special guests on.
Even specialer guests.
Yeah, talk about, you know, what do we talk about? Right, trading and crypto and all that.
Yeah, wait, what do? We do trading.
Right.
Okay, all right, well, so we'll get a bunch of, like, not related. All right, I give up. I give up on this. I tried my hardest. I thought I did this right. It's still... Yeah, I don't know. I'll do it for you next time, Tom Steiner. But yeah, Jason Casper, link pinned to the top of the chat. Go follow him, guys. Yeah, no, there's a long delay. Go follow him. Good dude. We're going to be making a podcast where we're going to have guests that are also special and related to the show. So yeah, follow him. Follow him.
What was that, man?
Yeah, every once in a while. Oh, you know what that was? That was the sound of my trade beating your trade. That was that's factual. That's the fact. That's the
You're
big
right.
facts.
Look at this, man. We're absolutely pumping, man.
Yeah, baby.
We're absolutely pumping. But, you know, let's see. Let's take a look. I'm not too convinced, bro. I'm not too convinced. We're going to have to come above 64.4. We're going to have to hold above that, man.
Well, like I said, I think yours is going to fill too.
We might get a what I like to call a rejection.
A rejection.
Rejection.
Like is that French?
Yeah.
Yes. Where did... Dude, I have no idea where this chart went. How do I lose charts like this? What is my life? Legit, it's just like I just can't find it. Maybe it's this one. Nope, I don't know. Just gone. We have it recorded. I don't know where it went. How did that happen? My life. You know what that means. It means it's time to wrap her up.
It's about that time.
Yeah, it's about that time. When I can't find everything I spent all this time on today doing it, that means it's time to go. I'll have to find it though for the Discord to put it up there. God damn it. I'm so trolled. Anyway, I am going to find this chart. I am going to put it up in the Discord. So make sure you're in the Discord, everybody out there. Make sure you've liked and subscribed to me and our special guest, Jason Casper. Look forward to our new show coming out. I don't know, Q1 2022.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Of course, man. Great seeing you. And thank you guys for joining us today. I have a feeling the second I end this stream, Bitcoin's going to do something spicy. And we'll probably end up streaming again. So I'm going to end it.